Welcome to Horror Cinema Obsession. Here, we dive deep into the chilling depths of horror cinema, from the critically acclaimed scares to the laughably ludicrous, and even the delightfully obscure. Now, let's join our hosts, Richard and Angelus, as they share their love, laughs, and sometimes sheer disbelief at the world of horror movies.
We're back! No.
Did you miss us?
Ooey, ooey, yo.
Ice.
If you haven't gathered it, I'm Richard, and this is my beautiful co-host, Angelus.
Hello, people.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode.
Yep, of Horror Cinema Obsession. We got a good episode for you guys, so grab your prayer cloths, your holy water, and be prepared to cleanse the devil. What's up?
Demons be gone.
Demons be gone. But before we cover the movie we're covering today is The Cleansing Hour, 2019. It's a Shudder original.
Woo woo.
Badass. But before we start that, let's start with how your weeks went. How'd it go? How's it been? I mean, I'm ruffling feathers.
It was a hell of a week, man.
It was. Hey, I was doing what I do best. My superpower is getting under people's skin. It happened.
You did.
I did. You know what? For the right reasons, though.
It was.
As a bully.
We do not tolerate, Richard does not tolerate bullies.
Yeah. It is safe to say, though, Canopy Mortgage is not going to be our sponsor. Just saying.
And they all listen to this episode.
Hey, I don't even care, man. Oh, sour grapes. But I won't get too much more into the details. But yeah, other than that, I think this week's been pretty solid. It's been solid for me.
It's been solid for you?
Yep. So we're on the lookout, guys, for so we're still in the same old bunker. We're excited to get another bunker. The paperwork is there. We're at the finish line. But it done got fucked up over a technicality. So we're still on the looks. We're excited, though. We're going to find something even better. It's going to be suited for our needs. It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
How was your week?
I think it was okay.
It was okay?
Yeah. It was. I'm glad it's over.
Glad it's over?
I'm glad it's over.
My week went by pretty darn quick.
It did. I blinked and it was Friday.
I know. I'm excited it's Friday. I've been up since 5 a.m. But you know what? I'm glad. I'm going to rally. It's recording night. It's my favorite day of the week. I get to sit down with the most beautiful lady in the world and talk about horror movies. I mean, it can be any better. And this weekend, I'm excited. I'm going to force you to watch Alien Romulus. Now, I know it was getting bad reviews from you, in your opinion.
Me? No, I haven't seen it.
But I'm excited. I'm biased. I love as you guys know, I love the Alien franchise. So it's one of my favorites. So I'm excited, and I'm going to keep an open mind and an open heart.
There you go. Amen, brother.
Amen. Preach.
I watched the kiddos last night.
Oh, your nieces and nephew?
We learned to fucking Emerson went up to Vienna as Vienna was putting on lip gloss. And they were having a little back and forth. And Emerson ended it with, you stupid.
What?
So here comes Vienna. Emerson called me stupid. And I was like, Emerson, why? She goes, oh, it's just a funny word. And this little kid's mind, she thought stupid was something funny. And I was like, no, unfortunately, we can't call people stupid.
She overheard people thinking it's playful. You're stupid.
I don't know if it was themed, I guess, Orlando was teaching Madison how to say stupid in Spanish earlier yesterday.
Stupido.
And I guess after that, her and Bella were walking around saying stupid in Spanish. And then here we come at night, and she goes up to me and she goes, you're stupid. So it escalated. I was trying not to laugh in front of her, and I was trying to be like,
oh, you can't.
She's 5, so I was like, we don't call people stupid. And she's like, but it's a funny word. I was like, no, it's not.
No. But you can use it in a funny way. I would show her how.
They were fun.
Oh my god.
Her parents came back home.
Those kids are always
Madison was
entertaining.
like, "Oh my god, my kid's an asshole."
No. Listen, she's got sweet kids.
They were pretty good.
Yeah. Man, they're always pretty good.
No, but I got there and they're like, she might throw a fit over going to bed, and I was like, oh no. But she was great. Like, they followed Vienna and they were good.
Got tired?
Yeah, they went to bed down easy.
Damn.
I was
Okay.
like, cool.
Nice. So that sounds like your week's pretty solid. I didn't have as exciting of a week.
Of a night?
I pretty much just worked.
Oh,
I felt like we did something in the middle of the week, but
we watched this movie.
oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a loser. This week's just
Oh,
been
my
low key, I guess.
Guess what I did for you?
What?
I saw there was like comments and requests to put Richard on the hot seat today.
Oh,
So I
guess
have
what?
a handful of questions for you.
Maybe next episode. All right. Well, I'm excited to hear the questions, but before we do that,
Our sponsors. I'm kidding.
oh my god, we will be right now.
We will be right.
No, so I wanted you to guess. Did you see what the top 3 grossing movies of 2019 were?
I did not.
One should be easy. It revolves around our favorite guy or my favorite guy dying.
Dying?
Yeah, to the end of a franchise.
What?
The movie. It grossed $2.798 billion. He is not technically, Spider-Man's stepdad.
Oh, Iron Man?
Yeah. In what movie?
Oh, it's like one of the Avengers.
Yeah,
Endgame.
Yeah. Yeah, big Thor. Chunky Thor.
Chunky Thor?
Yeah, isn't he chunky in that one?
He's always...
I know,
Mhm.
but I think he gained weight on that one.
Oh, are you fat shaming?
No, they did that. They did it. And then guess what? Disney fucking ruling this year in 2019 because the second one is a live action adaptation of favorite cartoon of all time.
Alice in Wonderland.
Nope.
Pinocchio. Just
Nope.
kidding. That would have happened.
One of the characters is Mufasa.
Oh, The Lion King? I've never
watched it either. And then the third one you should get. It's got Igor and the snowman guy.
What? Igor?
And yeah, Kristen Bell is in it.
Oh, Frozen.
Elsa. Yeah, Frozen what though?
2.
Frozen 2. Yeah, so Lion King grossed $1.662 billion and Frozen 2 grossed $1.450 billion.
That's a lot of billions.
I know for Disney, and now they're saying they're broke ass bitches. What
Are
the hell?
they?
No, they're just like kind of restructuring. That's a little weird.
I feel like every time they release movies are like big hits.
I know. Yeah.
There's
Every movie.
money and little
literally.
kids.
Literally every movie. So this movie, though, The Cleansing Hour, I think The Cleansing Hour is a bit of an underrated gem. It didn't have a huge theatrical release and sort of found its audience through streaming, but those who have seen it seem to appreciate its unique take on the exorcism genre from what I looked up.
It's a pretty good Exorcist movie.
So just right off the bat, it's definitely worth a watch for any horror fan looking for something that blends definitely traditional scares with modern like commentary.
Topics,
yeah. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out. It's streaming on Shudder and probably AMC So give it a watch. It's one of my of the newer movies.
Mhm.
This one's one of my favorites. Like it is enjoyable. I've now watched it 3 times.
It's also scary.
Intense. I mean, I guess depending on the mood and setting, it could be really scary, but I didn't find it super scary. I found it entertaining though.
It was entertainment. It has that classical, possession, demons being assholes and at times making fun of other people's misfortunes and shit. But at the same, I watched it by myself to do the screen by screen.
Yeah.
Or the scene by scene. And sitting there by myself, some of the scenes I was calling on Bianca. I was like, do you want to come watch this with me? I don't want to be alone. It just made me a little bit, I had to shrug my shoulders.
So I won't lie. I mean, after I watched it, because I always watch these movies late sometimes, and then I go to bed and I start dreaming about it.
No.
So I did dream about it.
Oh, you had dreams?
Yeah.
Did it come for you?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
But it's okay.
What did you dream?
Satan.
Satan. Satan was in your head?
Uh-huh. I was like, no.
What did it do?
I don't know. Molested my thoughts.
Fucking no lube, no permission.
Nothing. But no, yeah. So, I mean, right off the bat, I thought this was great. I thought it was a great pick. This week, we were really racking our brains on what to do. I think finding one, it was just one of those weird weeks where we were super busy that I was like, fuck, we got to find something that we at least enjoy. So I'm glad we landed on this one. Do you know what I have it in my notes somewhere. I just can't find it. Do you know what it grossed or what the budget was?
I didn't find the budget, but I did find...
I want to say the budget was like $1 million.
Okay. I did see that it had reports of internationally grossing $139,000.
Yeah, so it didn't have a big...
That's internationally. That's part of it was in Colombia and in Russia was like big chunks of that revenue that came in.
Right.
I did see that it is a film adaptation of a short film of the same name by the same director. The short film came out in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And then this movie was first released at a European Fantastic Film Festival in 2019. And then it did a world premiere at Fantastic Fest the next day. And then it made it into Shudder in 2020.
Okay. I like it. So this movie did have, so I have it in my notes, real life inspiration. Film's concept was inspired by a growing phenomenon of live streaming and public's fascination with exorcisms and the supernatural. Director wanted to explore what would happen if staged exorcism meant only for entertainment became terrifyingly real, which I thought that was a good concept.
Mm-hmm.
And then the theme of sin and redemption, like that's as old as time, right?
Yeah.
So blending that with that real life like inspirations, I thought was brilliant. And it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just moving forward, do you have movies that came out in 2019?
Are you trying to push away from me asking you questions?
No.
You're deflecting.
Oh my God. The segment is getting to know Angelus.
No. We had 3 requests.
You only have 3 questions? Damn.
No. We had 3 requests. No. Scratch that. We had 5 requests.
Whoa. 5.
I did. People want to get to know Richard. I'll let you shout out 5 scary movies from the year. And then
Oh my gosh.
I got my questions, man.
Okay. So 5.
5.
That I seen in the theaters specifically.
Oh, Lordy Lord.
I seen 2 of them. Pet Sematary, the remake. Doctor Sleep. Child's Play got remade. Ready or not.
Did you watch
The
that?
Curse of
remake?
La Llorona. I've never watched the remake. I heard it wasn't as good though.
I think for shits and giggles, we need to watch La Llorona.
I want to.
As
You
much
never
as I
want to.
didn't
Do you
like
want to
it.
watch the Spanish version or do you want to watch the Americanized version?
What? There's 2 versions?
I think so. I watched an American one.
This is like central. I think it takes place somewhere in like California.
But they speak English?
Yes, it's like California, I think.
Yeah, so they have a Spanish version.
Oh.
I think. I might just be
You might be
fucking
making
lying.
shit up.
Yeah, I've been known to make stuff up. But yeah, we can put that on the list. La Llorona. Oh, next week, guys, we're going to try to, on Wednesday, we're going to have a bonus episode. So be on the lookout for that. And what we're going to do is, I think we mentioned it the last episode, but we're going to try to pan out and schedule the movies we're going to review. So I have a schedule so you guys know what's coming out and what to look for. And so it keeps us organized and not scrambling our brains with trying to figure out what to
we're
cover.
doing.
Yeah. So I think it'll be cool. So be on the lookout. That's going to come out. Hopefully we record it and it comes out Wednesday. So I don't know if it will or we record Wednesday. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work out, but hopefully it happens.
If you follow and subscribe, you will get a ding of the bonus episode.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, okay. I guess we can do get to know your co-host segment version. Me, Richard. Next week we're gonna do Vienna.
Ooh, that would be interesting. You're gonna get a lot of, I don't know.
Yeah. No. I don't know.
Because.
Because, yeah.
Or she'll bring her new word, stupid.
Again, I don't know why we get all the time people wanting more Vienna. I'm like, God damn, she doesn't provide anything.
She
does.
person of short words sometimes.
Yeah, she's funny. She does provide some humor, but it's hilarious. I'm like, I'm here busting my hump, and they're like, oh, we need more Vienna.
She has a lot of character.
She does.
Okay, Richard, are you ready?
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yes.
You guess?
Yeah.
Richard, who or what is your favorite horror character and why?
Favorite horror character?
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say, I feel like I've already answered this before.
I don't know.
So if it's changed, I apologize, guys.
You're just lying again.
I personally, what captivates me and my favorite is I like Leatherface.
Ooh.
So intense. That guy creeps me out. The fact that he wears skin, I always want to know, will you wear my skin?
Oh my God, is it good enough? You need to moisturize more so it
Wow.
will take your skin.
Wow, but I'm already almost leatherized. What's up?
So along with that, does that movie follow as your favorite horror movie of all time?
No, I mean, that remake's up there definitely, but like I've brought up before, I like the Aliens. I like a bunch of them. I like Predator. So it's up there, but it's not my main squeeze. Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite horror movie?
I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. If you could pick one movie to have a sequel, which would it be?
One movie to have a sequel?
Yeah.
Which would it be? In the horror genre?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everything's kind of had
a sequel.
Yeah.
Okay. What is a horror franchise that you think could have done with just one movie and not have anything else attached to it?
A horror franchise?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake, obviously, but the one's good. Devil's Rejects, I feel like could have been left on its own standalone, but it was kind of sandwiched in between House of a Thousand Corpses and Three from Hell. But Devil's Rejects, Rob Zombie, badass. Halloween did not need all that. Friday the 13th's fun, so I do like a few of them throughout the franchise, but definitely. So if I had to really pinpoint, I would say Halloween.
Just the first one was enough?
Yeah, the first one was great, and then it kind of lost its focus. Not saying the ones that came out weren't. There were some good ones, like H2O was good. I like that one. I liked the Rob Zombie version. That was great. But it could have just had its standalone and been just fine.
Okay. If you could visit any haunted attraction or any haunted park or just any sort of haunted attraction,
easy.
What would it be?
Your mom's house. Oh
my gosh, you're so stupid.
I'm kidding. Any haunted attraction
or park or venue.
You know, it'd be cool. Like either like a haunted castle. I wouldn't mind going to Romania because it has that creepy setting. I really like that. That'd be kind of cool to see. Or I haven't seen it simple and we're so close to it, but Alcatraz would be cool.
Alcatraz. I keep telling you, man.
Bucket list.
Okay. What is the most memorable or coolest Halloween costume that you have ever worn?
You know, the coolest? I don't know if it was the coolest, but it definitely has to be up there. I liked it for some reason because I was a vampire for 10 straight years.
For 10 years?
Yeah, every year. I was like, I want to be a vampire.
Oh, wait, does that make
I'm
it
like,
cool
Mom,
or does that just make
Mom,
it
I want to be a vampire. I think I just loved vampires so much when I was a kid. I was like, I want to be a vampire.
For 10 years. Do you have any pictures?
No, I was never a picture guy. I still ain't, but
I wonder if your mom has any.
I don't think she does. I was a pumpkin one year before I was
adorable.
I was a baby pumpkin, but then I was a vampire after that.
After that, forever? Because vampires live forever?
I think I might have been ghost faced one time, but Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah, I just remember being a vampire, put the makeup on and everything, had my fangs. I was ready to go.
Who is your favorite horror scream king or scream queen? And or both?
Favorite? Dude, Ash motherfucking Williams. He's my guy, man.
He's your man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For Richard, what makes the perfect scary movie?
For me, I think everybody's different. We all have different, like for you.
I know, but I'm saying for
I know
Richard.
for you like exorcisms, the devil, you like that stuff. I mean, we cover it because of that. For me, what gets me is that stuff does play a part, but if I'm looking scary, The Dark and the Wicked, something like that, suspenseful, just really the psychological stuff's gonna like push me over the edge. Okay. Something fun. If I just want some fucking junk food, I'm definitely going slasher, like Rob Zombie Halloween, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, slicing and dicing from Nightmare on Elm Street, something like that.
Bumping and running.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
We ain't clicking heels, we be knocking boots.
Okay, so what are 3 TV shows that you would recommend to listeners?
3 TV shows?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, okay. What I fuck with, honestly, right now, it's a guilty pleasure. I'm not gonna lie. When I'm not watching horror movies, I've been watching Royal Pains. It's a USA show, but it's on Netflix now. There's like 8 seasons.
Adorable.
Guilty pleasure. I don't have to like fully commit and concentrate.
Uh-huh.
One that I did invest in.
Royals?
Royal Pains. He's a doctor in the Hamptons.
Oh my land. Is it drama?
Kinda. It's pretty good. It's got humor into it. But one I fucked with was Mindhunters on Netflix. Yeah. So it was pretty good. I felt like there's other shows. Dexter's good, but that's dark too. What was the show I was fucking with before Royal Pains that I was watching just all the time?
I don't know. You binge watch these shows and then I come back the next time and you're done.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called.
There was a ton of seasons though. It was really good.
All right. What is your favorite segment of the podcast?
My favorite segment?
Mm-hmm.
When I get to talk. I hear my sultry voice.
So stupid.
Pretty much the whole time. What's up?
Oh my god.
I don't have a segment per se. Okay. I like the intro. I like bullshitting. And then I like trying to make you laugh. That's hilarious. So they're not segments. They're just kind of moments that come alive.
Okay. I'll have one more question.
And I like my commercials too, by the way.
Of the movies that we've covered so far, which one has been your favorite or the one that you had the most fun covering?
Ooh, what would you say?
Now, this is a question for Get to Know Richard.
I know. What would you say mine would be?
The one that would be, I feel like Alien, you got really animated and you were very into it.
Predators was good.
Predator, you really liked.
What do you think our best? Well, that one was our first episode.
But you really...
What do you think our best episode was? Because people say fucking Blair Witches, and that's fucking nuts. Because I feel like we were rambling hard.
I feel like Texas Chainsaw was...
was the pinnacle? I like Texas. That was funny. We had some hilarious takes.
Yeah.
I would have to say that one. I like Jeepers Creepers, too. Fuck it, dude. I'm a narcissist. I like every single episode besides Scream 1. That was hard. That was rough. But the rest of them are hilarious. Even Critters, man. Critters 3.
Critters was fun too.
That was hilarious. Shout out Leo. We love you, man. You're a main staple of this podcast. We haven't talked to you in a while. But you know what? Inception was great. I don't care. Okay?
Okay. Okay, well,
any more questions? I mean, I got creative and said stuff outside of horror, but...
I have more, but I thought we were going to...
Shoot, let them roll. Let's hear it.
This is Richard being a narcissist.
No, I want to hear it. We got it.
What are your co-hosts' favorite horror movies?
My co-hosts?
What do you think they are?
The Exorcist.
Uh-huh.
The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
No, just pick one for me and one for the corner review.
Oh. Well, Vienna's would be Jennifer's Body or Terrifier. A sicko. And then for you, I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, yours is a hard one. What would it be? The Exorcist?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, Gina.
Damn, Gina. What's your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday? 9/11.
Jesus,
My birthday. Jesus Christ. I'm kidding.
I thought you don't like to celebrate.
I'm sorry. That's too soon. That's not cool. Obviously, Halloween would be the best holiday. And President's Day.
Oh my God, why President's Day?
I don't know. I don't get the day off anymore.
Who's your favorite president, Richard?
J. Edgar Hoover. What's up?
Why?
Because he's cool.
Why?
Because he's cool, dog.
I don't know anything about Hoover.
Oh.
Is he the guy that was in the FBI?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like him.
Oh, shit. Okay, whatever, dog.
And your birthday. We're going to make you celebrate then this year.
No.
Just because you said it's your favorite.
Babe, I don't like celebrating my birthday.
Like that is your first holiday. Favorite holiday.
Mm.
What is the... Go back to young Richard. Little Richard. Watching scary movies. What's the first, like, most memorable scary movie that you watched as a kid?
We already covered this. Child's Play.
That
started the whole horror obsession for me.
Richard being traumatized.
Mm-hmm. Remember, I got on My Buddy, and then that just, like, sent me over the top.
There was nothing before that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right.
Well, there probably was some before that, but I just remember Child's Play, and then it turned into People Under the Stairs, and it turned into Pet Sematary. It was just, my mom did a lot of cool things, like horror-wise. She loved horror movies growing up, and it was always on. I loved it. So that's how I think, absorbed it.
Have you, because we've had this conversation before, you want to go to a haunted, like, abandoned hospital?
Yeah.
And spend the night there?
Montana, that'd be
fucking
so fun.
Nuts.
Vienna's down.
You two, I'll get a nice comfy hotel room.
I'll bring Benton. He'll be good.
No, I'll get a hotel room.
Wow.
Call me in the morning to pick you up.
Damn.
Have you ever, because you said you want to feel truly scared and, like, just terrified, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever felt truly scared of, like, supernatural things that you remember?
No. I want to experience that stuff, but unfortunately it's fake. I trust me, if it was real, I would be the first to see. If it actually, like, happened and I seen a ghost in front of me, it would be amazing.
It would be amazing.
It would be cool. Well, or if I seen the devil or a demon, like if it possessed someone in front of me, I'm like, oh shit. And then believe me, I'd be first in line to be fucking praying, eating the fucking skin of Christ, whatever they do. You know what I mean? Drinking his blood. Shit, man, that Jesus juice, I'd be drinking that all day long.
Jeez.
I'm just saying, I haven't seen any of this. It's cool. People believe it. I have a hard time believing it.
If you could talk to a ghost, what would you say to it?
If I could talk to one?
Yeah, if ghosts were real, you saw one,
is it an evil one? Is it a good one?
It doesn't matter. Just a ghost. So ghosts are supposed to be like
souls
wandering, right?
I'm like, yo, bro, where you heading? What's up?
To the other side.
I'd be like, what's keeping you here, man? What's going on?
You don't believe in me, Richard.
Yep.
I need someone to believe in me to cross over. No?
Yep. I'm like, I believe in you. Oh, was that it? Was that the questions?
Yes, that's your questions.
Okay.
Good job.
Thanks.
Bravo.
Can we get back to the
movie?
Cleansing Hour? Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I don't know if I was funny or not, or if you find me entertaining, I find myself entertaining, but I have to live with me every day, so.
Oh my gosh. What's next on the schedule?
So.
How do you feel about this cast?
Yeah, how do you feel about it, man? Seriously.
I like the cast. They were good. I like...
Cleansing Hour was, the estimated budget was $1 million.
My lord. Well put to use.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my cat? Okay, cast. I've seen a few of these people before.
Oh, I have too.
Ryan Guzman Father Max.
Mm-hmm.
He was in The Boy Next Door. He was that perfect little Noah. Or was he the son?
I think he was the son.
He was the son?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Always Woodstock, Heroes Reborn. He was in Papi Chulo, Windows on the World.
Papi Chulo.
And then he was in 911 Lone Star.
Cool.
So not a ton. Like, he had credits, but not a ton. I mean, he's still pretty young. And then we have the other Scream King.
How did you feel about Ryan Guzman? I thought he did a pretty good job.
He did pretty good.
I thought it was awesome. It was believable. It was good. He was entertaining. But yes, our Scream King, he is by far right now in most movies we've reviewed. This is the third one, right?
Yeah, we were talking about that. He's been in 3 of the movies. Kyle Gallner.
Yep, playing Drew. This guy's cool, man. I like him. And so far I've liked him in everything he's done.
He looked a little different with the mustache.
Right. Yeah, the goatee, mustache. So, Dinner in America in 2020, Beautiful Boy in 18, Nightmare on Elm Street 2010, Jennifer's Body 2009, and Veronica Mars 2005 through 2007. I don't know the Veronica Mars thing, but I've seen him in the rest of them, and they're pretty good.
More recently in Scream that came out in 2022.
Was he? I don't remember him in that.
And then he was...
Did I see that? I'm pretty sure I seen that in theaters.
He was in Strange Darling. And he was in both of the Smile movies. The one that came out in 2022 and the one that came out this year.
He was good in that too.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I never watched the second one though.
I haven't watched the second one either.
Has it came out yet?
It has. 2024. Or no, actually it's coming up next. It's soon.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I liked him. And he was perfect in this one. And then we have Alex Angelis.
Alex Angelis.
Yep, as Lane. Now, Lane is... Who is that?
She's the possessed girlfriend.
The possessed, that's right. Lane. She's in Love's Last Resort in 17. The Magnificent Seven in 16. That was a pretty good one. Nancy Drew in 19. And Burn in 2019. She
was also in Imaginary, that teddy bear movie we watched.
She was?
Mm-hmm. She played Samantha.
Oh.
This Is Me Now. Do Not Watch. Magnificent Seven. Did you say that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she has, a few credits up her sleeve.
Yeah. Again, I think this cast plays a good part. Like, they do a good job, but they're relatively unknown. Besides Kyle Gallner, right? And the rest of them, I did not recognize. So I think that played in part to why this was so good.
We have Chris Liu Kamhoi. I'm butchering.
Yeah, he plays the druggie.
Chris, yeah.
The sound guy.
He was in Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of the Fire Saga.
So I feel like I've seen him in other stuff. He looked familiar.
He's done a bunch of video game stuff. A Midsummer's Night Dream, War Machine, Extraordinary TV show from 2023 to 24.
Macbeth in 18.
Yeah, and then we have Daniel Hoffman Gill, who plays Tommy.
And he's the effects guy.
Yes.
His demise in this.
He was in Alice Through the Looking Glass.
So I don't recognize this guy. I thought he was another guy, like a different dude.
Oh, he was.
But he was in Panic Teen Bear, Brothers Grimsby, The Cleansing Hour, and Sherlock.
Dolittle too.
Doolittle?
Briefly. The one that has a lot of smaller roles, and she's been in a ton of stuff, is Emma Holzer, who plays Riley, Tommy's niece.
Yeah.
She was in the Social Experiment, Spring Breakers, What Macy Knew, Boardwalk Empire. She was there for a couple years. The Black Coat's Daughter, The Reckoning, There's No Such Thing as Vampires, and A Night in Bridge.
Oh.
And other than that, the rest of the cast.
It's a relatively small cast.
Yeah, they were briefly there, not major
parts. I didn't bother. Maybe I should have, but they were very small parts. They're throughout the movie, but they're not enough to warrant the background. Because honestly, I didn't recognize any of them. But they're the people watching the stream.
The show.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I don't have?
Hmm.
Notes on the director.
What?
What do you got?
Damien Levesque. He is a graduate from the University of Southern California School of Cinematic Arts. He began his career cutting documentaries. One of the most notable ones includes Corso, The Last Beat. Corso, The Last Beat. And then he also produced The Big Question. Apparently, he has a lot of credits for editing movies.
Okay.
He's fascinated with editing.
Wait, can you repeat the movies again? I'm sorry.
Two of the ones that are most well known that he has worked on is Corso, The Last Beast.
I don't know that one.
I don't know that either. And then The Big Question. But so apparently he has 15 years of experience working in reality TV.
Oh.
So that's kind of what inspired this movie
okay,
too.
that makes sense.
And I did watch a clip of an interview of the director talking about this movie in specific, where he said that when coming up with the idea, he was trying to imagine what if someone tried to pass an exorcism as real. And so he actually did a lot of research and reading over exorcisms, how they differ between the different religions.
Yeah.
And he even studied a little bit of demonology.
Damn, so he's going hard in it,
Yeah,
huh?
that he personally believes in demons. So he did a lot of studying for this movie. But some of the credits that I saw that he has for director, The Cleansing Hour, the short that came out in 2016, which he said that he would recommend people watching. It has different actors, kind of the same
cool.
story.
I'd be interested.
He has Dark, Deadly, and Dreadful that came out in 2018. Asylum, Twisted Horror and Fantasy Tales that came out in 2020.
Familiar.
And A Creature Was Staring in 2023.
So these all sound pretty interesting. I've never heard of them. I feel like a POS.
Yeah, and then editing credits, like I said, Corso, The Daily 10 was a TV show. He worked on Andy Made a Friend, Plainclothes, and the Pet Squad Files for a couple years. And he had a bunch of other like short films editing. Was a big bulk of his credits.
Okay. What were some of the reality TV?
I didn't write those down.
Dang, you did 15 years worth.
I know. Maybe The Daily. The Daily 10, that was 2 years. The Pet Squad Files. We would have to go back and see.
Okay. All we got is time, so I'll wait.
Oh, you want me to look it up right now?
No, so was he was the writer of this too?
He was also part of the writer, and then Aaron Horowitz also has credits as the writer since he wrote the story.
Okay, I've never heard of him.
So he helped with the screenwriting. And then Aaron Horowitz was born in April of 1982. He's the son of Emmy-winning TV producer Ed Horowitz.
Oh.
And grandson of Lou Horowitz. So his family has been in the business.
Has ties.
Yeah. So I guess he's a diehard Buffalo Bills fan, and he likes action films, lives in California.
Okay.
Where he works as a TV development executive and screenwriter.
Ooh-wee. Wowzers.
Ooh-wee.
Thanks for doing that. I did research. Yeah, I did research. I don't know where my notes went. Oh my God. I will say it was kind of a mad dash organizing it, so I might have misplaced them.
Imagine if you put footers on your notes.
What's that?
Like the header and subhead.
Man, ain't nobody got time for that shit.
I do. It's easy. That's how I keep track of mine.
Mine is controlled chaos.
I know.
So I like it. Usually I can do it, and I have a template of how it goes. Mm-hmm. But for some reason it's missing. So and the budget was missing. My notes were all scrambled. So I apologize, listeners. And if you're a first-time listener, we will get our act together. Please listen to other episodes before this one.
Yeah, stop listening here.
Yeah, stop right now and listen to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you will enjoy it. Maybe Jeepers Creepers. That was cool. Just saying.
That's hilarious.
I am excited. The giveaway, we'll mention, I guess, at the end. Mm-hmm. The giveaway, the winner. We have a winner.
Thank you, everyone, for participating.
Mm-hmm.
That was exciting. People were like, Texas? No, Friday.
Friday
the 3rd.
It's Friday the 13th, yeah. But that and then next week's episode's going to be freaking sweet.
Special episode, you guys.
Yeah, special episode. I'm thrilled. Again, we'll cover it at the end of this episode. So I was just a little teaser out there, just so you are sitting on the edge of your seat.
Hold on tight.
And then they're like, wow, this is the news?
What's going on?
I'm kidding. Anyways, do you have anything else you want to contribute to the cast, directors? I do know the location was shot in Los Angeles.
Ooh, wee.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
No, that's all I had so far.
All right. Do we want to take a break? I feel like we're fucking flying.
Yeah, let's do it.
We might have an episode that's less than 3 hours long.
Dang, that would be a record.
Fucking amazing, dude. All right, let's take a quick break. Please listen to the commercial. It's amazing. All right, we'll be right back. Is your home suddenly feeling a little crowded with unwanted guests from the beyond? Has your peaceful night turned into a supernatural nightmare? Well, don't worry, help is just one click away.
Introducing Exorcisms on Demand, the first ever app that lets you schedule an exorcism right from the comfort of your smartphone.
That's right, Angelus. With Exorcisms on Demand, you can choose from a variety of packages tailored to your specific possession problems. We have our basic Spirit Be Gone package to the premium package Demon Deluxe. We got you covered.
Got a poltergeist that just won't quit? Try our poltergeist package, complete with a 24/7 support and a satisfaction guarantee. No more sleepless nights or floating furniture, just pure, unadulterated peace of mind.
And booking is easier than ever. Simply open up the app, select your exorcist, and schedule your cleansing at a time that works for you. It's like calling an Uber, but for demons. And it's that simple. And don't just take our word for it. Check out these real-life testimonials.
Yo tenía problemas con demonios por años.
I had a demon problem for years.
Ningún sacerdote podía ayudar.
No priest could help.
Pero, con Exorcisms on Demand, todo desapareció en menos de una hora.
But with Exorcisms on Demand, it was gone in under an hour.
5 estrellas.
5 stars.
So what are you waiting for? Download Exorcisms on Demand today and say goodbye to your ghostly guests forever.
Exorcisms on Demand, where the power of Christ compels you to download our app.
And for your first exorcism, get 30% off with promo code OBSESSIONPOSSESSION.
Terms and conditions apply. Results may vary. Not responsible for repossession or damage caused by uncooperative demons. Yeah, man. Oh my God. That is cherry syrup cough medicine, man. That was crazy.
It's strawberry, man.
What's the Dutch Bros drink? Is it just codeine? What's going on?
Codeine. It has a very fancy name. Put some respect on it, man.
I'm going to start calling you Wheezy, drinking that cough syrup.
Ew. Gross Tina. It's a popping boba fire lisser rebel.
Oh, it's definitely not fire.
Strawberry with tropical fruit flavor and strawberry boba.
That sounds delicious, but that's not what I got.
I got energy and boba.
Boba. We should name our kid Boba.
That's fucking not.
Chancho Boba.
No.
Boba Chancho.
Is that the name of the character on Forrest Gump?
Bubba?
Bubba?
Bubba Gump Shrimp Business.
Yeah. That's not.
Anyways, we're back from the commercial. If you guys enjoyed it, Exorcism on Demand. It's an app coming out. Please support it. It's going to be great. The power of Christ compels you to download our app.
Can you imagine if that was a real thing? I wonder if it is.
It is a real thing. What are you talking about?
Oh, my bad.
I created it. What's up?
Oh, in your brain.
Yep.
When you were dreaming.
It lives here, okay? It lives here.
In your noggin. Yeah. Download Richard's Imaginary app, you guys. Support his dream.
Do you know what the segment is? You know what it is. Do you have yours ready?
I have mine ready.
All right. Start your engines.
Rum, rum.
Okay, RuPaul. That's something we did the last weekend. That was so fun. RuPaul's Drag Race, Coeur d'Alene, the Quest Casino, dude. That was awesome. That was fun.
Fucking fun.
Got me invested in a TV show. That was sweet. It's like, girl, sashay away. What is it? Sachet Chante.
Yeah.
Definitely enjoyable. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I know. It was a good time.
Yeah, I was cheering.
You were you were singing.
I know. I don't know about singing.
You
but
were singing. You were shimmying away with me.
I was.
You were.
But anyways, back to it. What's your plot? Let's hear it. You pulled it straight out of Google. Let's hear it.
Me first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Google special.
I hate you so much. I've been working on this for like 3 days.
Oh, shit. You actually took time?
Shut up. I
You know I just give shit. I love you.
I love you too, man.
Okay. I love you too, man.
You're making fun of my plot. You haven't even heard it yet.
I know. I bet it's amazing.
It is. It's going to blow your socks off.
Blow my socks off.
Are you wearing? Oh, you are wearing socks.
Yeah. I'm always wearing socks, you psycho.
Sometimes yeah, you're weird. It's summer. Let
Wow.
the dogs breathe.
I can't let these dogs breathe. They're beautiful.
We're gonna sell Richard's foot pictures online.
Mm-hmm.
Go support. That could be a real investment.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, stop talking about my toes.
Oh my god. Can't help they're beautiful, okay?
They are.
It's a
They're
blessing
like
and a curse.
Model feet.
It's because I keep them covered, man.
Jesus. Okay.
But anyways, quit deflecting. I want to hear your plot.
Okay. All right. 2 friends trying to become the next hit reality TV show and ultimate demon influencers stage fake exorcisms to gain follows. During one of their episodes, their expertise, demon wisdom, and flea market quality merch is put to the test when a real demon makes an unexpected appearance and steals the spotlight, changing the rules of the game and turning it into a remix of a Destiny's Child Say My Name Midnight Trivia special to gain his own loyal groupies. The end.
Okay, I like that.
Hashtag had to hijack a reality TV show.
Okay, decent.
Decent.
You ready for mine?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't sound too excited. Jesus. Wow, the hype train. Okay, here we go.
You got this, Richard.
Thanks. I got this. Okay. The Cleansing Hour follows Max, a smooth-talking con man who's more about saving his ass than saving souls. He's the star of a live stream where fake exorcisms are the hot ticket, and the cash rolls in faster than you can say Hail Mary. But when their latest possessed guest starts channeling some real demon energy, throwing more surprises than a strip club on dollar night, things get hotter than a priest in a confessional booth. Now, with the devil in the details and secrets coming out that should have stayed buried, Max and his crew have to scramble to survive the show from hell, all while the world watches.
Damn, Gina.
I know, pretty good, huh?
You and your strippers.
I know, it's hilarious.
Were you laughing?
You didn't like that line?
I did. It's funny. More surprises than a dollar night stripper.
Yeah, than a strip club on dollar night.
Does that still exist? I feel like inflation is more like $10.
C-section Tuesdays, though, used to
What
be my
the-
favorite, man.
That is
The best scrambled eggs you can get, man.
I know. That's
Eggs
always
Benedict is the shit.
That's always your story. Breakfast is strip clubs. Strip clubs is legit.
Dude,
I feel like if you like
Younger
me
years?
enough, you would take me. But it's
I don't
cool.
know if they do it anymore. Younger years, I just remember getting chicken fried steak.
I don't believe you have been to a strip club, Richard. I feel like you're just lying out of your ass right now.
I swear, man.
You were there all the time eating fucking breakfast. Are they even open in the mornings?
No.
do
I'm fucking with you. God. Oh.
Do you have a memorable stripper experience?
I never fell in love with one, if that's what you're trying to say.
I'm
Like
in
my buddy-
love with the stripper.
My buddy Jake. Oh, put him on blast. He fell in love with one. We
He
took him.
did?
So we were 18 and we went, and he's like, dude, I think that stripper likes me.
Of course.
I'm like, yeah, until the money runs out, buddy. Like, come on, man. Let's go home.
Amateur hour.
Yeah. I was like, oh, and that was even the talk. I'm like, dude, they're going to act like they like you. It's all for show. It's all for the dollars.
They want your money.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I got you, bro. I got you.
That's funny. I went for the first time on my 21st birthday because I wanted to know what it was about.
Mm-hmm.
And this girl
It's sad.
She would not go away. She was like, "Do you want to lap dance?" I was like, "No, I do not. I just want to see what the strip club is about." And she would not leave.
Yeah.
It's awkward because you're like, "Go away."
Well, that's their job. That's what they got to do.
I know.
And it's easy money. I mean, they would go to you because, one, you're a female and you're not going to get all... You got to imagine dudes just get all fucking touchy-feely sometimes.
I don't know. Maybe that's what I was about. And I was like, yeah.
You got my
Get
buddy
on
Jake
my
in
thighs.
his... You got my buddy Jake in his silk basketball shorts coming in there. You know, imagine you're seeing that 100 times a night. Come on, man.
I knew this girl. She worked at a strip club for a little bit. She had stories. I was like, damn, Gina, I never wanted. I don't want to touch stuff. I don't want to go in the back.
So we had a friend that was a stripper, and she lived in Hilliard, right by that Taco Bell. And her house was terrible, dude. I remember hanging out and then going to her bathroom and just being disgusted, dude. It was the nastiest bathroom I've ever seen in my life. The toilet was sick. I didn't even want to pee in there. Yeah, and I let her know. I was like, this is disgusting. And I'm leaving.
You're so dumb. I'm leaving.
I was mortified. I was like, this bathroom's sick, dude. And it was just, and she was a friend, and we were a bunch of friends there. I ended up leaving. I was sick to my stomach.
Damn.
I was afraid I got a hep C.
You're so stupid. So just not the best hygiene and cleaning.
Yeah, it was gross.
Okay.
It was
cool.
Gross. Glitter everywhere. It was nuts.
Dude, glitter is a pain in the butt to clean.
I know.
My dad got fucking...
Oh my God. You're... No, stop it. Is this a story you want to share?
He got wrapping paper
1
year for Christmas.
I thought you were going somewhere else with this. My dad, he couldn't get the glitter out of his shirt, and he did laundry, and then he ended up getting glitter all over us.
Oh my God.
Continue as a gift.
I talk about my dad going to the strip club. I don't think he would share that with us.
That would be hilarious. I don't know. You guys are pretty close.
Yeah, I don't think I think he has like some dignity to talk to his kids about if he wants to go to strip clubs. That would be a start. Be like, nope, I don't want to know.
I'm good, man. Don't tell
your
me
friends.
about it. You were wearing what? Basketball shorts? Oh, yeah, get out of here.
You only tipped her $1?
Oh, damn.
No.
Oh, fuck. Continue. I totally thought this conversation was going somewhere else.
No, one Christmas, he was being so cute, and he got this beautiful wrapping paper, but it had glitter.
Yeah,
like
I've
it had
gotten that stuff before.
snowflakes.
Yeah.
And the snowflakes were covered in glitter. And he brought the gifts inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the couch, the floor was covering glitter for like weeks after we were still wiping glitter off of the couch and the floor. And I think Madison asked him, she's like, how did you bring him over? Because it was at my mom's house. She's like, how did you bring him over without getting glitter on your seats? And he laughed. He's like, oh, I put a blanket on the seats in his car to not get glitter on there. He's like, here, that's on you guys. They were like picking up handfuls of just glitter.
That is hilarious.
It was funny. It was, yeah. Like, Madison went home and she's like, dude, she's like, I went home, got in pajamas, and had glitter in her freaking thighs and her knees, like everywhere.
I still wish this was a different story. That would have been fucking hilarious.
I know, you gave me a look and you're like, is this what you want?
Well, you got family. You got family that listens to this. I'm like, oh my God.
No, I don't know.
Dropping the cheese, man.
I don't know about his stripper stories.
Oh, fuck. That would have been hilarious.
Candy just had so much glitter on that night.
Oh, God. Yeah. I got Brittany's glitter all over me, but God damn it, she's going to college now.
Oh my gosh. No, we just poke fun of him now every Christmas. We're like, Dad, no glitter wrapping paper. He just laughs. He's like, I know.
Oh, perfecto. Anyways, whose plot? Who'd you like better? Yours, mine?
I don't know.
Indifferent.
Indifferent.
I liked mine.
I know you fucking did. Stupid. You're the creative mind, Richard. I am participating, okay?
The creative mind? No, you're creative too. Yeah.
I'm analytical.
You're creative. You got to give yourself more credit. And you got to allow yourself to think outside the box a little bit.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
My mind is restricted.
Oh my God.
You gotta follow the fucking line.
Whoa. Damn. Okay.
Okay.
Respect.
Respect.
Okay. Do you want to go? Should we get scene for scene?
Liz.
Blow for blow. Scene
Mano
for
a
scene.
mano.
Yep.
Okay. Do you wanna...
Ano e ano.
No anos. Those stay out of the pod.
Oh.
Oh.
I got a text message.
Oh no.
Oh, blue screens. Oh, that was work. Sorry, guys. Put my phone down right now. I am on call, so I apologize, guys, if we have to pause.
I was gonna say the professionalism
I know.
seeping through right now.
I know. So if I get a random call, it's one of my needy staff.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I have fun. I love you all. On call's fun.
That's all you gotta say.
My favorite is the early calls in the morning, and you're laying there, and I feel so bad because it wakes you up.
Oh yeah. I'm just like, make it stop.
I'm like, I know, man. Just doing my job.
You're just
Doing my job.
sending texts, answering calls.
I know. Putting
Oh.
fires out, man. That's what I do. They call me the fireman.
Do you have a pole?
Huh?
Do you have a pole that you slide down?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Glitter or no glitter?
No glitter.
Okay.
All right. Let's get in the scene for scene, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh.
Ice, ice, ice.
Mm-hmm.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
All right. So scene 1, man, it's opening up, and we're cutting to Max performing an exorcism. It's a dramatic exorcism scene that's revealed to be a live stream event. So it's piecing it all together. Max is conducting a seemingly intense exorcism on a young man, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
On a gurney. The scene is filled with your typical exorcism tropes, the possessed man tied down, speaking in tongues, and exhibits superhuman strength. And then Max commands the demon to leave his body.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much this scene is establishing the movie's premise and tone. We quickly learn that the exorcism is a performance, part of a popular online show called The Cleansing Hour, that's what the movie's named after. And it's designed to attract viewers and donations. Max is the charismatic face of the operation, while his childhood friend Drew, that you find out their childhood friend, is the technical mastermind behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Drew and Max kind of putting it together, but then you have
Tommy.
an effects guy, Tommy, and then you have
Chris with the sound.
yeah, he's the sound guy, and then later they have a PA,
Mm-hmm.
and her name
Riley.
and then another effects person, makeup, is Drew's girlfriend, Lane.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, at this point, then they go after the exorcism. It's pretty dramatic, and it actually looks pretty cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's throwing holy water at the guy,
Smoke's coming out.
sizzling like a fajita, and
The actor's pretty, he plays a pretty convincing demon, though.
he's going back between Spanish and then speaking tongues.
Yeah, what are some Spanish that he's saying?
He's like, Padre, ayuda.
What's that?
Help, Father.
Oh.
And his family's all standing around.
What's the priest say? Because he's speaking in
waiting.
Spanish.
He's like, hijo de la chinga. I'm just kidding.
What? You don't know?
He said, son, something about being over or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then he's praying to him. The guy starts squirting blood from his head, which I've never seen any other exorcist movie with blood just seeping out of your brain.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on. Oh, he says, hola, padre, when he comes back, and he's like, estás con tu familia. You're with your family.
Yeah.
Bye.
So after the scene's done, this is when it kind of pulls together that it's fake, because people are starting to take pictures. He's like, hey, man, RDN or whatever, you can't post that. Take a picture, but you can't post it.
Yeah, anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere, because obviously they're trying to keep it as real and not fake. And then they get together. This is where Lane and Drew are standing there BSing with Max, right?
Yeah, and then Max comes over at first. This guy's in his head. He's concerned about the amount of followers he
He's
has.
an egomaniac, a narcissist.
And he
full of
doesn't
himself.
have a little blue check mark. And
Oh, yeah, which we need a blue check mark, babe, on our Instagram. Gosh darn it.
are you an egomaniac too?
We're kind of a big deal.
Richard is a big deal.
We're a pickle. We're
Yeah.
a big deal. I'm kidding. But yeah, no. And then, so they're celebrating another successful stream, but we see the inner workings of the production. So Drew is directing the cameras and he's packing up, and Max is basking in his role as a star, as you were saying. The tone is lighthearted. Max joking around and flirting with Lane, Drew's fiance, who helps the production. But it's kind of like a back and forth. I don't know if it's flirting per se.
I wouldn't say flirting because he's just asked if she's coming to hang out with them.
Yeah, but it's kind of, you can tell there's a little bit of tension. Like,
Maybe she
they don't
doesn't
get
like
along.
him,
Yeah, they don't get along as well as you would think.
But one thing that Drew brings up is it sounds like he's trying to grow the show and asks Max if he read the email about expanding, and Max is just brushing everything off. He's like, I want to bring so-and-so on this show.
Yeah.
Let's go drinking and celebrate.
And so this is kind of showing the dynamics between the characters. This is what the purpose of it is. So Max, the egotistical leader, Drew as more of the grounded and practical partner, and Lane as the supportive but slightly skeptical fiance, thinking that her fiance is being burned or played.
Yeah, and then we get introduced before the scene ends to Riley, who shows up late.
Yeah, she shows up late. She's like, hey, are
After
we going to start the show?
After it's
And
over.
then she asks, she's like, hey, what's the
pain?
Yeah, the pain. Then Tommy's like, nah, go check out the scene, man. You're embarrassing me. And then Max also asks Kyle Gallner's character, Drew, if he's going to the bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, man, I got shit to do. I got to send out orders.
So while they're conducting this live stream exorcisms, everything that Max keeps pulling out, his prayer cloth, it's merch that people can order online. And their holy water, you can also order it, and so people can buy. So they're profiting from the merch from the show.
Yeah, and that's what Drew's implying that he's kind of shipping out, staying busy with, which is going to play a part into this later in the movie. So kind of clever that they sprinkle that in. They do a really good job of blending all this in together. So now we skip to the bar, right? And then Max is singing a terrible, I don't even know if that's a real song.
Okay.
But it is awful. He is a terrible singer, but he's enjoying himself. And the guys, Drew and who's the druggie?
Chris.
Yeah, Chris are sitting there. I'm just watching him kind of sing and showboating while he has a live feed going on social media. And then he ends up yelling out to Drew to come up and start singing with him, which he does. And it shows them having a good time.
And then you can also see from this scene that they have followers because there's like some groupies, some girls there that are just watching him, Max.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just drooling over this guy.
And yeah, one of them is like, hey, oh my God, he's a real priest. And they're standing next to a guy. He's like, that's a priest? And they're like, yeah, what rock have you been living under? And then he looks him up, Father Maxie. And he's like, oh, really? And then they're like, yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah, and then, so yeah, you can see that Chris likes to party. He offers Drew some pills, which Drew passes on. So this is where you can kind of see everybody's character develop.
You can see where Chris is going with this, how he's going to play a part. He's a pretty easy one. This one isn't a really make you think hard kind of movie. Like, it kind of positions it to fairly easy concept. You know, everybody's parts, how it's going to kind of play out.
Yeah, so then there's two girls, you know, they're groupies, they approach Max and they're like, oh my gosh, we are your biggest fans ever.
And he's like, thank you, my child.
Yeah,
my children.
They're like, can you sign my prayer cloth?
Yeah, and then he ends up bringing them over like groupies to the table.
Yeah.
Drew ends up leaving while he's flirting with the girls, and Chris is just tripping balls. And Tommy's there, and he's making out with the chick.
Yeah, and then they introduce themselves, and it's Brenda and Desiree. And Desiree, she's like, how does a good-looking guy like you take a vow of celibacy? And he's like, oh, it's so hard, my child.
Yeah, it's so
Like,
hard.
yeah.
And then, so now it skips to the next day, and he's getting out of the shower. Guzman Max, he has a six-pack. Dude looks rocked. He's good. He looks solid.
Him and his ponytail.
And, you know, he's getting out of the shower. He's got his towel on. The girl's laying in the bed, and it's Brandy.
Desiree.
She's laying in the.
You're still in the stripper mindset, Brandy.
Yeah. She's laying in the bed, and they're kind of having a back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's happening?
She asked if he's really a priest, because, I mean, she had sex with this guy, right? Technically, like, I mean...
You're not supposed to, right? I'm not familiar with the practice.
Traditional Catholic priests, you're not supposed to marry or have any, like, sexual relationships.
Yeah.
There are other religions where priests...
Doesn't he go on, though, to say that the school that he studied at, like, shunned him or something?
Something like he went to school, he taught himself how to be an exorcist, so he does know how to perform this rite.
And he wants to fight with the angel Michael.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, man, I'm the real deal. And he jumps back in bed, and she's like freaking out over this guy, and she goes under the blankets and disappears.
Yeah. She performs, what is that, fellatio?
Fellatio.
Yeah.
And she's down there. Oh my god.
It's inappropriate, okay?
It's super inappropriate, Richard. And then he looks down and sees gray hair coming from under the blankets. And
he's like,
confused.
whoa. He's like, you wearing a wig? And he lifts it up, and then it's an old lady missing an eye.
And he freaks out.
Which plays a part later in the movie. Yeah, he's like, whoa. And then he jumps out, and she's like, what? What'd I do?
Yeah, and he's like, let's go get breakfast.
Yeah, you want breakfast? I'm going to get breakfast.
Brushes it off, yeah. So he's seeing things, but he doesn't want to admit to seeing something.
Yeah. Which he does later, that this is a reoccurring thing that he never really got over. Trauma as a kid.
And then we go to Drew and Lane's house.
Yeah, and he's packing boxes. His house is full of boxes and all this prayer cloths and holy water.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking, and Lane's talking, and they're talking about getting married. And she's like, man, you're getting played, dude. We gotta start thinking about other things. She gets a text, and it's saying that she got a job opportunity to work with Jared Leto on a zombie movie.
Yeah.
I mean, he's excited, and this is where she's saying, hey, man, maybe you should leave too. You're getting played. And he's like, oh, I got to get all this done, and yada, yada, yada. He's like, look. Or she's like, man, it ain't going to be Mexico anymore that we're going to have our honeymoon on. It's going to be Bali.
Yeah, and then she's, he's like, he can't just quit. Like, Max has been his childhood friend. And she's like, dude, all that Max cares about is Max. Like, he doesn't care about you.
Yeah.
She's like, so just fuck it. So, mailman comes. Someone delivers a box to his house, to Drew's house. And it's a box that came from his dad.
Yeah.
Where his dad sent him, you don't know yet, but there's like technical glasses connected to internet. And it's like a computer in your glasses.
And he's like, oh my God, my dad sent this, pretty much telling me to become a corporate slave.
Yeah, go work for him. And she's like, maybe it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, and he's like, fuck that shit. And then he's like, yeah, he wants me to become a corporate slave and then tell me mom misses me or something like that, doesn't he?
Yeah, something like that. And so they're like, all right.
Yeah, so it's not going to work out. He doesn't want to. He likes what he's doing. And it's pretty lucrative, I guess.
Yeah.
So now later, it goes to a scene. Now the next guest that he was talking about in the movie earlier for the episode, this episode is getting out of their car. And it looks like it's a man dressed as a woman. What would you call a crossdresser or a drag? I don't know. What do you call it?
So she's a trans.
Oh, that's what it is?
She's trans, yeah.
Yeah, like not it. You know what I mean.
They.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah, so her name is Dante.
I apologize if that was offensive. I wasn't trying to be.
No, and then she's Max's friend that he wanted to have in the show. She's like really good actress.
Yeah.
She's really good
her
at being
name's
dramatic.
Dante. That's
She's really
right.
good at being dramatic, so he really wanted her on there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, she's going to be great. So she's out there and she's trying to look for the address because it looks like their studio is in like this factory area.
Alley
Yeah, very
buildings.
big industrial area. And then she's walking around. She asks a dude in the distance, but it's a homeless person. And all of a sudden, the homeless person gets into the demon stance, that demon crawl, and starts like crawling after her and starts running, right?
Yeah, so she's walking, she's looking for the building. She can't find it. And yeah, she approaches another building and then this crawling thing
Yeah, and
person
she's like,
comes from around the
she's
corner.
like, City of Angels. Ugh. And she's like, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, and she tries to get on her phone to get back and the phone completely dies on her.
Yeah.
And then she turns around and the spot where she had seen the homeless person before, they're gone.
Yeah.
So she's fucking scared. She keeps going and she goes to turn a corner.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a homeless guy. You can see like
He's got the demon
white
eyes.
glassy eyes. Jumps her.
Yep. Attacks her and kills her.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut back to the studio where Drew is, and Max is running late. And he's worried. He's like, Dante's not here. Max isn't here. He's like, I expect Max not to be here. He's going to be right on time, but I'm worried about Dante. He's like, I'm going to have to cancel, man. This is going to suck. We can't afford this. Our show's already plateauing.
Yeah, and then you briefly see Chris. He comes and he's acting odd. He's like messing with pictures and
the
just
mother, like,
mumbling things.
Yeah. What was the picture of? It was
a virgin.
Yeah, the Virgin Mary. And he says something. He's like, oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, and he walks away and they're like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, and Drew's like, that's weird.
So Drew's panicking because his two main, characters for the night are late.
Yeah. So he's contemplating canceling, but then he's like, Lane, he's like, you've had drama experience in drama class in high school. You can do this.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I don't want to. She's like, and he's guilt trips her like, hey, will you do this for me, please? And she reluctantly accepts.
She's like, you better sell a lot of prayer clothes. And that's when she's like, our
trip
honeymoon.
isn't going to be Mexico. It's going to be Bali.
Yeah.
So she's doing it. She's getting set up. At this point, Max rolls in, right?
Yeah. And then you also start seeing like the different type of people that are streaming the show. So you go to Washington, D.C., you see this very nicely put together family. And there's a little kid on a tablet. And the dad, they're having family dinner.
Yeah.
And they start having a conversation about dinosaurs. The kid looks like he's neglected by his parents. His mom's just scrolling on the phone.
Yeah, checked out. His dad is super busy.
Yeah, and the dad gets a phone call and he walks away in the middle of the kid talking about dinosaurs. So he's like, whatever, grabs his tablet again and goes back to the show. Waiting for the streaming to start.
And it's showing other people. It's showing those two girls streaming.
The groupies from the bar. Yeah. They're also waiting for the streaming to start. And then Max walks in.
Right.
Fashionably late.
As always.
And he's excited. He's like, oh, we might have Dr. Phil on the show. And then he starts bragging about how he took one of the girls from the bars home. And he has
a video.
Yeah, he recorded her. And he's excited about this. And then you can see some of the crew is setting up around the studio, getting ready for the show to start.
Right.
Chris, you can tell he's not doing so hot. He gets sick.
Yeah, he's sweating, and he starts puking right beside Max. And Max is like, whoa, pull your shit together. Party after the show.
Yeah. And so we see Tommy. He's helping set up with the special effects. And he has Lane sitting down. She's in a dress. And he's chaining her up. Like putting handcuffs
strapping
on her
down,
to this chair where the exorcism is going to take place. And then Drew approaches her and he's like, all right, we got to make it look realistic, and takes away her engagement ring and puts it in his pocket. And then she briefly, she's like, oh, I don't think I want to do this anymore.
Right.
He's like, dude, you ready to go.
And then at this point, Max still doesn't realize it. And then he's like, whoa, she's doing this? I don't think so.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we're going on in 3, so you better decide.
Mm-hmm.
And reluctantly, he does too. He's like, man, she's just basic. She's like any other exorcism we've done.
Yeah, she looks like a stereotypical victim.
And they're like, nah, this is what we got. We're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it ends up starting the exorcism, right?
Yeah, and Max just looks at her, or Drew gives her instructions. Like he put a mic in her ear and tells her to, follow Max's lead. That's all you're going to be doing. And yeah, the show starts, and Max does his little intro.
Yeah, as it proceeds, it starts going. He does his intro. He's talking it up, and then this happens pretty quick. This is a pretty well-paced movie. It's fast-paced, at least up tempo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because immediately he's trying to be a dick. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna put holy water because her head's down.
Yeah,
and he's like, I'm gonna put holy water on her or whatever, and then pours it completely on her, and then it just starts smoking, like steaming off her body, and everybody's like, whoa, what the fuck? And Tommy's like, it ain't me, I didn't do that. And
well, then the funny thing is he also puts one of his prayer cloths on her hand. And then you can see what the viewers are watching. And then he pops up on the corner with an official buy a prayer cloth merch.
I didn't pay attention to that.
So as he's pulling out his little stuff, it keeps showing off with people like, oh, you can go and buy this.
Yeah. And then, so this happens pretty quickly because he's trying to get her attention, like, hey, speak up. And then the nastiest part happens. This always happens. She grips the chair with her fingers, and then all of a sudden her fingernails break.
Well,
and hits him in the head, right?
Before it goes, you see it goes back and forth between her, and then you also see Chris. He's not looking good. He's like sweating as he's holding up the mic. And
then the boom gets in the camera. He's like, hey, your boom's in the camera. And then he's like, go get your shit together. Go in the bathroom.
Yeah, because they think that he's hungover or high.
High, yeah.
So he goes to the bathroom because at one point, he goes into the bathroom and he starts washing himself to kind of like shake it off.
Pull himself together, yeah. And he got creeped out because whatever was in the chair, he thought he seen something in the chair where Lane was. And that freaked him out. And then he ended up falling down. And so he goes to the mirror and he starts splashing water in his face. He's like, what is happening to me? And then he ends up looking into the mirror, and then his face is being burned up like it's charred.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck? And it freaks him out. He ends up stepping back, but tripping and then hitting his head. And he's passed out.
Yeah, he's passed out in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then...
So we don't see him for a while.
Yeah. And then back onto the main recording, Max is still going. And then he starts asking Lane, who in this case they gave her a fake name. Her character name for the episode is Sabrina. And he's like demanding to get the demon name so that way he knows who he's talking to.
So,
and then this is the time when he splashes holy water and then it turns red and they're like, whoa, like.
So this is a pivotal moment in the movie. This is where it kind of changes the lighthearted kind of comedy, having fun.
It's fake.
To now it shifts to a genuine horror film. Now it's full horror. There really isn't comedy past this point. Maybe here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty bleak for him, right?
Yeah.
Because after that, then she's like, hey, Tommy, come over here. And he's the effects guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, I'm not equipped to handle demons. That's the priest's job. And she's like, oh, really? Wings of an angel or whatever, or feathers of a bird.
Well, by this time, she lifted up her face and she looks different. She doesn't look like plain old Lane.
And her voice has changed.
Her voice, it sounds like the stereotypical demon voice.
And she's like, oh, feathers of a bird. Pretty much he's a follower. And so then, and she's like, oh, you're all tatted up. You're a badass, huh? And he's like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden his tattoos come alive or his skin breaks and then he just bursts into flame.
Yeah.
And he's screaming and he's dying to death. He's being burned up. And his niece grabs a fire extinguisher to put him out. And then the flame gets even more intense. Mm-hmm. And then his face, this was the grossest part. He ends up grabbing her thigh and putting his face up against her. And then his cheek pulls off his body and then sticks to her leg. That was crazy.
It was
her Now, I feel like the acting could have been a little bit better because in that situation, you'd be mortified. And she was just staying like, oh my God, really? Thanks, uncle.
Drew tries calling 911 and his phone, like, there's no service.
Doesn't work. And then Max is like, dude, someone, this is real. We need your help. And he starts saying the address. And then that's when the demon chimes in.
Yeah.
And lists the demand, right?
Yeah. So they were all going to play by its rules. No one's going to try to get away because he will kill them. They can't cut the feed. He will kill them. They can't, do anything besides what he's telling them to do, or he will kill them.
Yeah, you can't leave. Don't try to run or we'll kill you. And basically, if you try to run, he'll kill you. But if you try to cut the feed, the demon will kill Lane. If Max doesn't apply, he will kill Lane, the possessed body. And they're like, oh shit.
Yeah, and so the show cleansing hour, so it lasts an hour, and they have a timer.
And at this point, it's 49 minutes, right?
Yeah, it tells them that it has 49 minutes to lift the veil and figure out who the demon is, because that's a big part of their show is figuring out what demon possessed the person.
Yep.
And then expel that demon, because there's something about you have to know the name of the demon before you can expel it.
And so Max, does he do it before or after? Like at this moment, he starts just saying prayers, and Drew's like, dude, it doesn't work like that. You have to find out what it is, who it is.
Eventually he does. And then at this point, so there's throughout the rest of the movie, there's times where the demon will kind of take the backseat and lets Lane come out.
Typical trope of an exorcism. She comes out, she's like, oh my God. And she kind of gives things like, hey, you're being played, or hey, stop the feed.
She asks for help, and then Drew tries to approach her, and the demon kicks back in, and he's like, no, like, you can't approach her either. Yeah. Nobody can approach her. And then one of his little lines here is, you fuck with the bull, eventually you're gonna get the thorns.
Well, because they ask, like, why are you doing this? Why? And basically the demon's egging them on, and like you said, you fuck with the bull, you're destined to get the horns or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then Max is like, what the fuck?
So yeah, this is when he starts trying to just read from the book, anything and whatever. And Drew's like, no, dude, it has to be specific, remember? And then, so this is where the demon starts involving the viewers. He looks straight at the camera and he's like, all right, people, like, how should Max save Sabrina? Which is the character that Lane is playing for the episode.
Yeah.
And then it's pretty funny because you can see what kind of followers they have on this show. There's so many thirsty comments coming in for Max being like, spit on her face, take off your clothes.
Yeah, pretty gross ones
drive
too.
her by the VJJ. Yeah. And Max is frustrated because they're not taking him serious.
Yeah, it's just like one is brain or head or whatever.
Yeah, and so while this is happening, Drew's trying to figure out which demon could it possibly be in Lane's body.
And he has to choose which comment to use.
To use to save Sabrina, in this case Lane. And the only thing that the demon says that's a small clue for them to figure out who it is that the demon was there when God created people.
They're like, what the hell? And Drew's like, man, we just got to figure out which one it is. And they make a comment like, what, Jesus, like, why would they do this? And there's something like that. And he's like, I was there.
Yeah. When
everything was created. Because he's like, oh, he made him in his image or whatever. There's a purpose. This is God's plan. Mm-hmm. Isn't that what's there? He's mocking.
He's mocking stuff from the religion. So they're scrambling through the comments.
He's not here right now.
They're scrambling through the comments to try and figure out what's the most innocent thing that Max can do to save.
Yeah, and there's not
Sabrina
much.
Lane. And the most innocent one was for Max to strip down naked.
Yeah, completely bare ass.
And Drew's like, dude, we gotta do it. Like, he's concerned. It's his fiance on the chair. And he's like, we'll just keep a tight shot. Like, we won't do a full body. It'll be just torso and face. So Max strips down completely naked.
And he keeps an eye. Max continuously keeps an eye on the viewers, and it's increasing. So he's not like super obsessed. This is how sick in the head he is. Obviously, it's like happening, like bad shit's happening, but he still cares about his viewership.
Yeah. So the viewers, you start seeing different reactions from the different viewers that are streaming. Some look confused that he's stripping down, and some are really excited, like those groupies at the bar.
Well, and it plays a part, but there's a dude at that bar. He goes to talk to him, and they have their headphones in, and then he looks at the naked Max on the phone, and he just walks away. He's like, "What the fuck?" and walks away.
Yeah. And then Drew is trying really hard, trying to keep, like you said, just a close shot of just his face. And meanwhile, you can see how much control the demon has because it keeps like doing a wide
and Max
pan.
is like, "It's not me." Or not Max, but Drew's like, "It's not me. I don't have control."
Mm-hmm. And then the demon makes like the light fixture that they have. It falls down to his waist around Max. So he's inside the light fixture.
Right.
And then...
Oh, yeah. So it sets him up to, like, really put him on display.
Oh, yeah. And then a fan comes down, too. And then you hear the Hokey Pokey song start playing. And the demon looks at Max, and he's like, you know the moves.
Yeah, you know the moves.
So he's expecting him to play out the whole arm.
Yeah.
The foot, and just follow the song.
Yeah, so then he ends up putting his right hand out, and that's when the fan just cuts his fingers. It's just like, and he's in pain. And at this point, glass breaks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, not yet. So Drew is like, fuck this. I'm going to go mess with the breakers. I'm going to turn the breakers off so the fan don't work. Well, then he gets electrocuted and gets blasted back. And you think the demon did it, obviously. And then at that point, some of the lights burst and there's glass all over the ground. And at this point, the Hokey Pokey is saying, you know, you step.
Put your left foot out or whatever.
Yeah, and then he starts having to step on the glass. He's clearly in pain and it's really digging into his feet.
And while he's doing this, he starts having a memory of him being a kid.
Yeah. With that, oh my God, dude, did you ever have that like in school? Thank God we were in an age where they couldn't beat us or anything.
No.
Where they had bottle caps on the wood. Like they were nailed or glued on the wood, and then they put their fucking knees on them, and she would put pressure on them.
Yeah,
what's her?
The teacher, the
nun. Yeah,
she scolded them because of he was drawing
a demon.
A demon.
You might as well be talking to Satan directly or whatever.
Yeah, and so she makes them go kneel on this board with the bottle caps and pray. And Max couldn't remember the prayer properly, so she's like, as he's kneeling on this board, she's stepping on the back of his leg to put more pressure on it.
Right. And it's kind of, so this will be a common theme, right? The flashbacks back to this instance with the nun or teacher. And it just shows two of them. So like they're in detention or something and they're reciting prayers, and Max isn't very good at any of it. And it shows Drew helping him along the way a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So it's a common theme that you're going to see, and it ties it in together later in the movie.
Yeah, so then Max comes back to being in the studio, and he drops to the ground. He's in pain. And the demon is like, well, you didn't save Sabrina with your stripping or your dancing, but he was able to draw a crowd because you can go back to the screen. And like you mentioned, like the number of viewers that they have is just increasing like
and
crazy.
At this point, we're at like 700,000, right?
Yeah. So Drew, again, he's like, all right, we really need to figure out which demon it is. And Riley says she overheard something about lies.
Yeah, Bastue or whatever. She's like, well, in college, we were studying ancient language. And she's like, I heard this. And then they look it up, they Google it, and it means lies. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, oh, that's good. Thank you. What's her name?
Riley.
Thank you, Riley. That's good. He's like, Max, use that. And this is going to help us kind of get closer to what this demon is or who this demon is. And he does, and he's quick with his tongue, so Max is really good at that. So he starts egging it on again, trying to get more out of him.
Yeah, and then, so here again, briefly, Max again, he's asking the demon, like, what it wants, and then Lane kicks into the front yard. And she says that, it's not letting her talk, but to not listen to it.
Yeah, don't listen, Drew. You're being played. And that still doesn't register for Drew. He's like, hold on, baby. I'm going to figure it out. We're not going to let you die.
And then at this time, because she's trying to tell him what the demon wants, she starts choking.
Yeah.
when she tries to tell him.
And then, Drew is like, dude, she's choking. And Max is like, man, I don't give a fuck. And then he's like, okay. And then he goes and he's like, okay, I'll clear the airway. And he starts reaching into her mouth.
Yeah, he has Riley hold her head.
And then he's like, I got something. And then he starts pulling it out. And it's long and like thick. He's like, what the hell is this? And it's all gooey. And he opens it up, and what is it?
It's one of his prayer cloths.
He's like, holy shit, it's one of ours. And they can't believe it, and they're like, where'd that come from? Oh my God.
Yeah, and then Lane starts telling him again. She's like, dude, like, cut the feed. And they're like, no, we can't.
It'll kill you.
Yeah, it's going to kill you. So then she starts nonstop puking this black gunk just coming.
And then at this point, Drew's like, dude, it wants us to admit something.
Yeah, lies.
Lies. So tell him this shit isn't real. And Max is like still reluctant. He's like, what? Are you serious? Ruin my good name?
And the funny thing is, again, it does another little pop-up, like an ad for people to buy the prayer cloths.
And at this point, she starts choking again, or continues to choke. He's like, come on, man, she's choking to death. And so Max is like, all right. And he gets up there, and he still tries to smooth it over. He's like, I have something that's been weighing on my mind heavily. The prayer cross that we give out are fake. They're not really real. They're just some cheap Chinese made product.
They're not even from the Vatican.
Not even from the Vatican. He's like, in the holy water, that's just from out of my sink.
Yeah, from his bath.
Yeah, but he still tries to lie. He's like, now my producer. And then the choking starts ramping up again. And Drew's like, Max. He's like, okay, I knew better. I knew better. What we were doing wasn't right. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry for that or whatever.
Yeah, and then Lane says that she wants to go home, and then she starts choking. Like the puking stopped, and then she starts choking again. So Max
it wasn't it, yeah. And then he's like, "Dude, she's choking. Do something." He's like, "Okay, I'm going back in," and he does reach in there, right? And this is a nasty fucking scene. I love this scene. Go ahead.
He put his hand in her mouth, and as he's trying to reach in there to see what's lodged, she fucking bites his fingers off.
The eyes turn in not from Lane anymore. It turns into that like demon eye. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden the demon bites down. Max is screaming in pain. Can't get his fingers out. And then all of a sudden chomps down, bites his fingers off. He launches back, screaming in pain, holding his hand. And then the demon just like
spits him off like they're fucking popcorn kernel or
spits
something.
Spits them out towards Drew, or lets the fingers drop out of the mouth, and then spits something towards Drew. And what it is a coin, and it says Drew on it. And he's like, dude, so it wants the truth from me. It's my turn.
Yeah, and it was a cool looking coin because it looks like the Caesar on those Roman things. Yeah, and it has Drew's name on it.
And he's like, dude, I think it's my
turn.
My turn. And he's like, hey, I gotta be honest with you. I've been stealing the majority of the profit, or I've been keeping the majority of the profit, 60%. He's like, no, 70%.
Just keeps increasing.
Of the profit. I do most of the work. I stay late. I direct the show.
He's like,
you just have to show, and you just have to show up. And he's trying to justify why he does it. And then Max is like, I'm in pain.
Pissed.
And he's like, you know what? We're going to fix this. And then he gets close to him. He's like, you're going to owe me every cent back.
You're going to pay me back with interest. Like to the camera, he's being like, it's okay. I forgive you.
Yeah,
but deep
he's
down,
like, you're paying me back
asshole.
with interest.
And then Riley's like, fuck.
Yeah.
This.
She's like, I'm out of here, starts running. And then earlier in the show, it showed the prop of
another statue of the Virgin.
Yeah, the Virgin Mary floating. Well, that prop then launches and goes right into her skull.
On the back.
She's dead. Drew and Max don't even care. They just kind of look over and
I know. They're like, oh, another one.
Yeah, kind of figured. Didn't even care, which was kind of fucked up. But then which I guess Max is all fucked up, but Drew, come on, dude, you could have showed a little more empathy.
Yeah.
But at this point, he's wrapping
Max up.
He's like, damn, dude, you're good at that. You did a good job. He's like, yeah, Boy Scouts, Eagle Scout. And he's like, I got my merit badge. He's like, oh, I remember you helped me on that too to get it. So it shows them that they're buddies and they're still like can kind of bond.
Yeah.
And at this point, they're trying to figure out the game plan to get back in it and figure out who this demon is.
Yeah, and at this point, the demon is like, all right, you got 30 minutes. He's like, so many sins and so little time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then at this point, the computer starts beeping. They're losing signal, so there's strength of the signal, and it's like rapidly decreasing. At this point, it's 15, and it just keeps going. And the demon was like, well, I guess it's time to end the show. And then Drew's not trying to let it go, so he runs into like their supply closet where they have all the technical stuff.
Oh, so the server or whatever's going down, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And the demon's like, uh-oh, better not let it run out. Now it's time, looks like we're losing the show. And then he's like, nope. And he goes and investigates. And he's like, oh, it's internal. I can fix this. And that's when he goes into the room and he starts looking around. Rats jump out. There's frayed wires. Typical, like, I don't know if you could fix it. I don't know how believable or realistic this is because there's frayed wires everywhere. It's like, you probably would have lost the feed. But that being said, the story shows this red light blinking and he's like, oh, if I just plug this in, it's going to magically work. And he ends up plugging it in. And at this point, Lane is still telling him, dude, let it die.
Yeah.
Let the feed die. And he's like, no, because you'll die. I'm going to save you. I'm saving you. And she's like, you're being played. And he ends up plugging in. Feed goes back up. Max at this point is sitting next to the demon too, because Lane is like, untie me. It's me, Lane. And he's like, not falling for that one.
Yeah.
And he just sits next to her. But yeah, once the feed gets plugged in, what's his name? Chris wakes up, right?
Yeah, he's like, I saw the beast.
Well, he's like, hey, that's okay. I'm not worried about you being high. You can actually help us out of this situation. And Chris is like, I don't know. What are you talking about, dude? And he's like, I need to know what you seen in that chair. And he's like, a bird, wings. And then he's like, it was a hairy goat / man.
The stereotypical description of the devil.
Yeah. And Drew's like, okay, that helps, but still doesn't know. And he's like, okay, pull your shit together, man. And the guy starts freaking out, seeing something in the background, right?
Yeah, and then as soon as Drew gets the signal fixed, the demon kicks in again into Lane.
Yeah.
And freaks Max out because Max at this point, he's like sitting next to her just waiting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then at this point, Max has another vision. Again, him being a little kid. In the same classroom with the same kid.
While Drew's in the other room.
And then they're, again, I don't know, maybe he just had issues like remembering the prayers. He doesn't remember, and the teacher has him like standing out front. And so his friend is sitting in front of him, mouthing the prayer to help him go along with it. And the teacher, the nun, she catches on that the other kid is helping Max. So she goes and starts yanking on his ear and then grabs his head and just starts smacking it on the desk over and over and over again. And then at this
Max
point,
runs over.
Not yet. So it shows the kid being, the nun is abusing the kid. And then
worth mentioning too, there's a closet or this cupboard thing on set of their show and it keeps pounding. Yeah, it pounds a couple times.
Yeah.
But it pounds a couple times throughout and it shows you. And this plays a part. I'm saying this because it ties to this scene.
Yeah, so a hand reaches out into Drew's like childhood memory and pulls him back into the studio.
Yeah, which was a pretty cool effect.
Yeah. And so once they get the signal back on, Drew goes back out to look in the description that Chris just gave him about like what the demon looked like or what he's seeing, his visions, to again figure out who is in there with them.
Right.
And then he pulls out a demon and puts it up onto a display for Max to see so he can follow along in a prayer. Because their whole thing, they have this devil database.
Yeah. Where
they have all the demons. And depending on the demon, they have specific prayers to do their exorcisms.
He thinks he found something.
Mm-hmm.
What demon do you remember?
I don't remember which one it was.
But he wasn't in the database. He's like, oh shit, it's not in there yet. So he ended up grabbing the book.
Yeah, and then Chris again, he starts panicking. He goes into the bathroom to hide. And he's trying to talk himself down that it's not real, that he's seeing things, he's never going to do drugs again. And he's sitting inside a bathroom stall, and you just see hands come from underneath and yank him under.
Yeah.
And pull him out. So he's trying to crawl back out of here,
Yeah.
out of the bathroom stall.
And then these dogs end up chasing him.
And then the hands keep pulling him back in. He makes it out of the bathroom. And as soon as he comes out, the dogs that you're saying are following him from the bathroom.
And they're like, holy shit, what are you freaking out about? Because nobody sees anything.
He's the only one. And they're like, dude, there's nothing there.
And he grabs a box cutter, and then they start jumping, and then pretty soon the thing's on his arm, and then he starts cutting his arm, and then it jumps on his back and gets close to his neck, and at this point now he starts slicing his own neck.
Yeah, trying to fight off the dogs.
Yeah, and he ends up dying.
Mm-hmm.
Which are pretty sick death scene, if you ask me.
Yeah, and this is where some of the comedy kicks in. The demon looks straight at the camera, and he's like, kids, don't do drugs.
Yeah, yeah.
And Max is just like, dude, what the hell? Because at one point he was praying here. And then, the demon is kind of just running out of patience with them, it looks like, in this scene. And then it drops from the ceiling, there's like cords in the shape of a noose.
Yeah.
Which is what you were it was leading into.
Yeah.
And then he lights over a step stool, and he's like, all right, Maxie, time for you to go up there on the spotlight again. And he's like, since you care so much about your audience, we're going to do another round of like the audience decide what's going to happen to you. If they decide that he lives, then he doesn't have to hang himself, essentially.
Yeah.
And so Max gets on the stool. He puts the noose around his neck. And then the followers are sending like likes.
Well, he's like, they better show their love or whatever.
Yeah, and he's pleading. He's like, please.
Yeah, and they're coming in. Even the boy that's been watching, he just keeps sending hearts.
Yeah, and then at this scene is where you were talking again. You hear more of that pounding coming
and
from.
And he don't know. Drew does.
Thing.
Drew's like, what's going on? And because he's wobbly when he hears that,
he keeps looking behind him.
Yeah, and then the likes start slowing down or whatever, and he's like, oh, come on, man, come on, you got to hit a certain number.
And then the closet briefly opens, and you see
the hand come out.
The hands reach out,
and it's the hand that you see earlier in the cutback scenes.
Mm-hmm. And then you see full on, and it's the teacher.
Yeah, because the scene already showed. We seen that part where the pencil, he pushed her onto the pencil.
Not yet. This is what it's leading into, where she came from.
Yeah.
So she's standing right next on his neck, talking to Max, like whispering in his ear.
Yeah.
And she's like, tell the truth. And yeah, this is where he goes back to what happened to this nun. And then another thing before we go into the scene of like what happened to the nun, Max starts talking to the audience again, and then he admits that he's been a hoax. Every episode has been a lie. They essentially make these things up. He's a fake priest. Like at one point he went to school, the Roman Catholic school, to learn to become a priest, but he couldn't do what he wanted. Like, I don't know if he had like learning issues as being just not everybody's good at memorizing stuff.
Yeah. He wasn't the greatest student.
Yeah. And so he said that he just couldn't do what they wanted. And then again, it goes into, like you were saying, the nun smacking his friend on the desk over and over. And this wooden pencil, falls on the floor.
Yeah.
And Max, at this point, he's fed up with the teacher abusing the kids. And he runs from behind and pushes her.
Right.
She falls on the floor, face down. And she's not moving.
And he accidentally didn't purposely kill her, but accidentally did it, and her eye landed onto the pencil perfectly.
Yeah, he flips her over, and that's why you keep seeing this lady with
the gouge out eye, and the same lady you see that was under the blankets earlier. So it's something that's haunted him his whole life.
Yeah, and that was part of the reason why he went to the seminar to become a priest. But he didn't like what the church stood for, so he left.
Yeah.
And he made his own rules about his own story, and that's what he's been putting on the show.
Right. But So when that demon came, though, then he fell off the stool, didn't he? He ends up choking.
Yeah, and then before he does that, he just says, he knows that he doesn't deserve to live, but he wants people to forgive him.
So this scene heightens the stakes again by introducing the psychological elements. To the horror, the demon's knowledge of the characters' personal lives do add a layer of vulnerability and terror, making it clear they're dealing with something far beyond their control. The live broadcast aspect adds the urgency, as the entire world is now watching their nightmare unfold and participating in it.
Yeah.
Thought that was kind of cool.
It is. One thing, though, before the demon is like, dude...
And we're almost to the climax of this movie, right?
He's like, mobs don't care about the truth. I guess they can't save you. And so the demon wants Max to jump off the stool himself and kill himself, essentially.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to do it. So Lane starts just bleeding again, from like that weird bleeding from her head. And she's choking at the same time. And Drew looks desperate. Like, come on, dude. You like, it's either his friend or his fiance. So Max,
he's perplexed. He doesn't know.
So Max steps off the stool, but she continues to seize and choke Lane after Max stepped off.
Yeah.
And at this point, she has like her body's transforming. She has like some weird like fucking
she falls
scales
out of
growing.
she falls out of the chair. Yeah,
she falls back.
It's like her face is morphing.
And then Lane comes back for a second, and she yells at Drew. And again, she's like, "Dude, again, you're getting played." And then she passes out. And the viewers right now, they're like at 12 million.
So now Drew puts it together. He's like, oh shit, I gotta go cut this feed.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's too late because he goes and tries, but the devil's
he yells
just
at the demon, and he's like, I know what you fucking want. He's like, I'm gonna cut the feed without any viewers. Like, whatever happens in this studio, it doesn't matter because you're not gonna have an audience to show them and scare them, so it doesn't matter. So he does go and cut the feed. And the numbers are dropping because viewers are going. Right. And eventually the demon does wake up again and lets Max fall onto the ground. Like, it cuts the rope that he's hanging from. And he's like, Drew, turn the fucking cameras back on immediately.
Well, no, they come up with a fight tactic. We're like, we're going to fight this back because they got an idea what it might be, the demon's name. So they end up start working on it again. They're trying to give the demon its last rites.
Yeah, and another thing that the demon tells them is that it sees everything. So he's kind of following along on whatever plan they have going on. But yeah, so they have an idea of who it is, and Drew pulls up another demon, and this demon's name is Amon. Amon?
Come catch some crabs, man.
Yeah, and Max was like, yeah, good idea. Like, restore the feed so the world can see what's going to happen next. Because he thought this was going to be
he's going to be a badass and he's cocky.
Gonna destroy this demon.
And that's what the demon wants.
And he looks up, and then it's the name of the demon, but there's no prayer attached to it.
Yeah.
So they're like, shit, there's nothing like on their digital data. So Drew runs to the book where they have everything. And he's looking it up. He finds the prayers, and he's typing it in so that way it's getting uploaded so that Max can see it. And then the demon's kind of piecing it together. So he's like, oh, three's a crowd. And then it pulls one of the electrical cords.
Yeah, and wraps up Drew, right?
Wraps up Drew and yanks him out of the computer. And he's pulling him away. And it wraps him up tight like a freaking snake.
As he's typing in the stuff, but then he grabs the glasses so he can read it.
And he pulls him close to Max and Lane, Drew. So Drew is on the floor being squeezed by the electric cord. Mm-hmm. And the demon, again, he tells Max to tell the truth.
But he tries to cut the cord, and Drew's like, no, you're going to electrocute yourself.
Yeah, it sparks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And the demon tells Max, okay, you got to lift the veil, so tell the truth again. And Max, at this point, he's like, he told the truth about the merge. He said he's a hoax and it's not.
Yeah, he's like, what more do you possibly want from me?
Yeah. And then Lane kicks into the driver's seat again. And she says that she knows something.
He knows what he wants.
And Max is shaking his head no.
Yeah, he's like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah. So Lane's like, nope, here it comes. So she has a secret too. And she starts saying that a while ago, she knew Max previously to dating Drew.
Yeah.
And a while ago, they had a thing.
And
it was for a little bit.
Let's just say they weren't clicking heels. They were knocking boots.
And Max was like, no, man, it's good. Like, I'm an asshole. I ghosted her. Like, there was nothing else there.
But that wasn't the complete truth.
And he's like, I haven't seen her until, like, Drew hired her to be on set with them. And Lane was like, I was going to tell you. I was just scared. Like, it didn't mean anything. And Max was like, yeah, like, I forgot anything even happened.
Yeah, he was trying to be all casual about it.
Yeah, Lane's apologizing to Drew for not telling them that she had a flame with his friend. And then as she's apologizing, Max's phone starts going off. And you can hear something playing in his pocket. On, and he keeps
it goes on the monitors.
Pressing it, and it keeps turning on, and finally, it goes into the monitors. And it's a video from when Drew and Lane were dating.
He's like, you fucking recorded it, you fucking sick fuck.
And he saved it.
Yeah, he's like, fucked up. Is that where you jerk off to occasionally or whatever?
And it wasn't.
And the guy's like, I didn't even realize I still had this.
The video wasn't bad either. It was just them flirting, like.
Well, what it showed.
It's intimate.
But it's implying that it gets more.
Yeah, and Lane was like, I thought you deleted it. And he's like, I thought you did. And then she does emotion, like she goes down.
So this pervert likes to watch himself having sex with different women because this is the second person we've seen he's tape.
Yeah, within this episode, the groupie from the bar.
That's weird.
That was another thing.
What if I was just like, babe, I've been taping our exploits.
Fucking mortified.
You
what
would?
Exploits? There's not exploits. Not until we get married, Richard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No.
Stupid.
No.
You're so dumb. And then
I'm going to get right with God right now.
Yeah, and he was all mad. He's like, dude, you got pictures of my future wife. Not cool.
Yeah, and he's more mad at Max than he is his, like, girlfriend. I'd be pissed at her. I'd be like, dude, we're fucking done.
Why? You didn't do anything.
Because she withheld that shit, and now we're Eskimo brothers, and that ain't cool.
What's an Eskimo
brother? You never marry a girl you're Eskimo brothers.
What's an Eskimo brother?
So you don't know this one?
No.
Okay.
I am sweet and innocent, Richard.
So it is when two guys, I guess they don't have to be friends, they fornicate with the same girl. Obviously different times.
I was going to say.
And then you're Eskimo brothers.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I have to look it up. But I just remember that. I remember me and my buddy, Zach, were like, whoa, Eskimo brothers? And we high five. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh, you have an Eskimo brother?
I probably have several Eskimo brothers.
Oh. Who the hell?
I don't know. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Richard has secrets too.
I was
He's
young.
Lifting the veil, you guys.
I was freaking young. Okay. God damn.
You're lifting the veil.
Eh.
Is the demon gonna save you?
I told you. I'm getting right with God. Okay.
Okay. Do you have video?
I don't want to get into this. This is weird. Stop it.
You are the one to share. You have an Eskimo brother. First.
Gosh. His name's Zach.
Zacharias.
Yep.
So the demon releases Drew, and Drew's fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And
he's like, we were brothers. I just didn't want to be Eskimo brothers.
Yeah, not like that, man. And he starts punching.
But how could Max really have control of that?
What do you mean?
I guess, is he more hurt that they didn't say anything?
I think he's hurt that he's holding on to the videos. So.
Well, he's pissed, but he's pissed before that even happens. He's like, oh my God. And he's all like fucking getting angry.
Well, he's mad. He's like, dude, you have pictures of my future wife still.
Yeah, but it still doesn't play out. That plays out later and he's even more pissed. But he's pissed at the moment when he's like, dude, we had sex. But it was way before you guys even met.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm probably a touchy subject.
I mean, I don't know. It's like, I wish you guys would have said something, but at the same time, I understand you didn't want to make it awkward.
I would have been mad. I think I would have been upset if I was in his case. Like not the fact that they had something, but he's holding on to stuff. So like, Are you really letting go? Did it mean anything more to you? And if it meant more to you than her, why haven't you said anything?
That's true.
See? Mm-hmm. So this turns into a Jerry Springer show, and Drew's kicking the shit out of Max, choking him and everything. And even the demon is cheering at this point. He's like, yeah, kill Max.
Well, the scene, it brings the movie's themes of guilt and redemption to head. The final confrontation is both physical and psychological, with the characters fighting not just the demon, but also their own inner demons and with each other. The resolution is intense and emotionally charged, with the outcome uncertain until the very end. So that's kind of the climax, right? This is the final kind of push. And at this point, they're hitting 1 million views. And
Drew's sitting on top of Max at this point. And he looks up and he sees that the video is focused on them and them fighting.
Yeah.
So Drew whispers to Max.
And Drew's going to kill
like,
him. He's like choking him to death.
But so he gets close to Max's face and he's like, dude, push the button. And Max is like, what the fuck? He's confused.
He's push a fucking button.
He's like, push the button and still pretending to choke him. So he catches on and it's the glasses that Drew is wearing that his dad sent him.
Yeah, to read the last rites to the demon. On.
Yeah, and then... So Drew starts reciting the prayer. And then the
demon's
is
overacting, and it's like, oh my God.
They're defeating it. It's throwing things around the room. And then Drew runs around and he hides. And he pulls up the prayer on the screen for Max to see. And Max keeps on with the reading. And then, you can tell, like, it looks like the demon is being exorcised at this point. And then they look up and they have 15.2 million viewers. And
at this point, the demon's gone.
Yeah.
And then Lane is coming back. Drew runs to her and is like, oh, baby, it's okay. I don't care. You had sex with my best friend. And then Max is all alone. It's kind of standing there.
Yeah.
But they're all kind of close to each other as that's kind of doing its thing. It kind of pans to everybody. It shows chefs in a kitchen. It shows the people in Afghanistan working on the dirt bike. It shows the man and wife with the broken down car. It shows the kid. Place. Yeah. And then it pans back and it's not completely over and the feed's still running. And at this point, the burnt, charred up body of Tommy.
Not yet. So before we get to Tommy again, like you mentioned, Drew is trying to wake up Lane and trying to get her back on her feet. And the demon kicks in again and it breaks free from the chair. It breaks free from the chain and jumps on Drew and it starts hitting Drew repeatedly. And then Max picks up on praying again and they're freaking going at it with prayers, and Drew is trying to physically restrain Lane at this point, and Max is praying, trying to continue with the exorcism, and the demon, it just lights on fire. It looks like it goes up in flames.
Yeah.
And again, it's like covering its ears, it's pretending like it's in pain, and again, doing the whole thing like it's getting pushed out.
Right.
And then Lane collapses. And then again, Drew comes to see Lane. And at this point, you can see it looks more like herself again.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have that, worn out look. She doesn't look possessed.
Right.
And so they hug each other. They think it's over. Max goes over there and tries to talk to them, see if Lane's okay. And Drew's like, hold on. And then they look up at the feed and they have 3 minutes left still on their streaming. And Drew tells him, he's like, yeah, go talk to your followers. And then this is the scene where you see Tommy's burned body start to move and you hear cackling coming from it.
Right. And it starts getting up, and it's kind of a cool scene and awesome practical effects because the body, now the burnt skin's falling off the demon.
Oh, yeah.
And it's now kind of showing who it is. And then I love my favorite part is where Tommy's head slides off his skin, slides off the top, and then it shows the horns. And basically who you're looking at, now it shows it, is Lucifer, Satan himself.
Yeah, and he tells him, he's like, I'm not Ammon. He's like, you guys haven't read enough of my list.
Yeah, this is my demons.
Yeah, so it's his wait list. Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, fuck. Yeah, and then basically then the demon yells at them and kind of explains it, but then he looks into the camera, and then everybody that's watching goes into a trance.
And Lane's yelling at them to cut the feed.
Yeah, cut the feed.
Kind of
Because
smacks
she
her
knows what's
around.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now at this point, the movie's wrapping up, and you're seeing everybody kind of turn. The wife ends up, it doesn't show up, but picks something up and then is implying that she's going to hit her husband over the head. The Asian police officers, they're in the car,
yeah.
and one of the Asians watching the show, he ends up getting his gun out and pointing it at the guy, implying that, and then you hear a gunshot, but it doesn't show anything. And then the chefs, there's 3 chefs that watch, and it shows those 3 chefs possessed, and they just start hacking away. One of the cooler scenes is one of the chefs has another chef on the grill showing his face melting.
Oh, yeah, that was gross.
That was intense. That was really good. I don't know how they pulled that off, but it was awesome.
You can see the skin just melted on there.
And then the final one was the boy. So he ends up killing his mom. She's laying there and he like stabs her. And then he ends up walking to his dad and he has a teddy bear and he has his head down and they're like, oh, and it's the staff around them. Mm-hmm. And so basically you're finding out his dad's the president
of the United.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, he just wants to go say goodnight. And then he's like, hey, what are you doing up? And then all of a sudden you just see him stab, or you don't see it, but it's implied that he stabs his dad. You hear gunshots firing from like the Secret Service. Mm-hmm. And then they end up falling on the ground and everybody's dead and it shows the boy walking away.
Yeah. And it was interesting. And then you realize what the demon really wanted all this time. It wasn't just to fuck with them. It was everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, the people in Afghanistan, they grabbed their buddy that was working on the dirt bike and his head into the tire.
Yeah. You can tell they all look like zombies. They get the milky white eyes. Yeah.
I thought that was a really cool ending. It's very doom and very bleak. I love that.
Yeah. And then you see the paramedics, they made it into the studio and they're helping them. And then they have Lane is on the ambulance is picking her up, the medics. Drew puts her engagement ring back on.
Yeah.
So they don't know what's going on outside of the studio.
Nope. And I don't even think they care.
No. And then at this point, the only thing they see before it rolls into the credits is Max gets like a notification on his phone. And it's like a news alert, like shit's going down.
Yeah, well, 15 million people got possessed, or potentially.
Well, no, he got a notification that he has 4 million new followers.
Oh,
and then you see the little blue check mark.
Yeah, he's all
going
stoked.
His profile, and he does his smile. Like, you just went through all this shit.
Yeah.
And you're still like...
You didn't learn anything, man.
No, he was happy that he was verified. And then you see the credits start rolling. But while the credits are rolling, and what was cool is it doesn't leave you there. You see the chaos that went down in the rest of the world. Yeah. There's like chaos. Like
pretty much the world's coming to an end.
Headliners of like attacks, death, plague, martial law declare. So everybody that watched the stream, the devil like hypnotized them, and then they attacked everyone else and killed
So there was
everyone.
At least 15 million streams. Think about that. And then you could think like more people were watching that like one stream.
Yeah.
So there's potentially millions upon millions upon millions of people that watch that. So the world essentially was coming to an end.
Yeah. Pretty fucking intense movie.
Yeah, I love it. I love the movie. It was good. It was entertaining. That being said, after we thoroughly talked about it and in depth, has your opinion of the movie changed?
No, it's a fucking great exorcism movie.
Yeah, that's good. What was your favorite kill?
Oh, shit.
What do you got? We got a few of them.
I got a few of them.
You got Chris, you got Tommy, you got Riley.
I would say...
You've got the lady, the
everybody
actor.
else.
Yeah.
Outside of there... Either.
Oh, yeah, the 2 girls at the bar. They have a bottle in the dude's neck or in the mouth and then stomp on it.
That was gross. I was like,
that was cool. Yeah.
I would have to say either. I would say Tommy.
Oh, yeah. His was
how
intense.
He went up in flames and his body just laid. The way his face stuck to Riley's leg, that was pretty gross. What was your favorite kill?
I'd have to say that was my favorite. That was fucking awesome. And then Tommy's body when the devil is coming out of him is fucking awesome. I love that.
What was your favorite kill?
That one, Tommy.
That one. So some little bits on exorcism. Because this movie, I could not find like behind the scenes, like a bunch of trivia and stuff, besides the couple interviews that I watched from the director.
Yeah.
So essentially, an exorcism is a prayer or a ritual that is meant to remove the influence of a demonic evil power over a person. And this is coming from a theologist from University of St. Leo in Florida. The earliest recorded exorcism took place in AD 70. So after death 70, and it's in the Gospels that Jesus was casting out evil spirits, and it was finally made it into paper approximately like 40 years after his death. And then the most not popular, but the person that has in history that has recorded that's done the most amount of exorcisms has 60,000 exorcisms performed.
Damn.
And he claimed that Hitler was also possessed. Do you know they made a movie about him recently?
Hitler?
No, the guy.
The Pope's exorcist.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Father Gabriel Amorth. But that's a lot of him walking around with 60,000.
I mean, at the time, he's a rock star, man.
Yeah. The rock star of possession.
Religion, dude. He's a badass. Cool. Well, you kind of diverted, but...
What? It's exorcisms.
What did you, what would you rate this movie?
I would rate this movie...
A Shudder original.
A Shudder original.
Would you classify this as a classic?
As a classic?
Does it go down as a classic for you?
I would watch it again, definitely.
Yeah, put it in the rotation.
Not soon, because I watched it like 3 times this week.
You watched it more than I did. I watched it 1.5 times.
Oh.
But I watched it once before.
Yeah, I watched the first time. You and I watched it together for the first time. It was my first time.
Yeah, I watched it once before.
A while ago.
So I've probably watched this 3.5 times.
And then
I can't remember what I said earlier.
I watched it
in the
2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks. 2.5 times.
Okay. What would you rate it?
I would rate it, I think, at 3.5.
3.5?
Yeah.
Ooh wee! Ding 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 ding
Ding ding.
No, I honestly, for what it is, I give it a 4.
A 4?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. There's nothing really wrong. I mean, I wish the movie could have went more in depth and went a little bit longer. Where Halloween should have been a little shorter, Rob Zombie's Halloween. I feel like this could have went a little bit longer, and we could have had I just wish it had a bigger budget, because it could have had a more. I think they could have went way more badass with
story.
It did, but I think they could have really, like, I don't know how to say it. Like, they could have hammed it up, like the devil and all that kind of stuff. They could have had expanded on that story a little bit more, where they weren't just confined into the actual booth. But I know it defeats the point of the cleansing hour.
I'm finding that I like this movie. I mean, it kind of varies, but for this, like, it went quick, it's effective that it took place, like, the majority of it, like, in one centralized place.
Yeah, I feel it's a good movie because it leaves me wanting more.
One thing that I did see, and I hadn't thought about it before, was in the interview that I watched, the director was saying he was really happy with the actress that played Lane.
Yeah, she did a really good job.
She did a really good job, because you don't really think about it. So, she's playing herself, she's playing Lane, but she's also playing a possessed character. Yeah. So essentially she's doing 2 characters at once.
Yeah.
And he said that he worked a lot with her one-on-one, like trying to differentiate to the public, like, between when it was being Lane.
Yeah, innocent, and when it was and then the devil.
When she was being possessed, and the movements and everything. And I was like, holy crap. Yeah, she had to, like, within the scenes at times, okay, now you're doing this, now you're gonna fucking ramp it up.
Right. So, yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, so I'd give it a 4. You give it a 3.5.
Maybe a 4.
Dang. Ooh. I want you to have your own personal, like, rating.
I like it. I really like it.
A 4?
Just, like, it had just,
honestly, I stand firm on a 4.
I think there was just a couple of scenes where I actually, like, felt a little, like, uncomfortable and scared. Not a ton.
Who would you be in this movie?
Riley.
Oh my God, you'd be Riley. I could see you in that.
I could be maybe Drew. I like being like,
Drew.
Do this, do that, directing.
Yeah, I could see myself as Tommy.
Just doing the special. You like practical effects.
Practical
And you
effects,
like
or
doing
I
real
could be Maxie too. Max.
Nice. And be
Yeah.
a hothead model looking and be like, I mean,
Well, I'm not a model, but
but you do like listening to
like
yourself.
the power of Christ compels you to buy my prayer cloth.
Are you going to come out with the line?
I should. Yeah. All right. Should we guess who decided to show up?
Welcome to the party.
What's up? We're going to bring in Deanna, but let's get her situated. We will be right back.
Hello,
Hi.
Viana. Review corner. How are you today?
Good.
So how come you're late to recording today?
Okay, wow, call me out. You're the one that let me go.
I'm kidding.
Wheaties!
Did you have fun?
Yeah, so,
Who's concert?
okay, Richard. I went to one of the Excuses, unfortunately, last shows.
R.I.P.
They just... Oh, what happened?
So I'm not really sure.
We
But-
don't know yet.
They're breaking up.
Oh,
So,
snaps.
yeah.
Hopefully it's because of someone moving and there's no drama.
I would hope so. But I went with my friend. It was really fun.
Did you get their odds?
Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Did you dance?
No.
Did you do a little mosh pit?
No, there were like chairs, so we just
Oh,
sat.
you guys sat for this concert?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Did they have a good opening scene?
Yeah, it was another band in their grade, an all-girl band. They're indie. It was good.
Oh, that's so cool.
Let's give a shout out.
I forgot their name.
You forgot their name?
Wow, okay.
Oh my goodness.
This was my first time seeing them, but they were
Okay.
really good.
Well, I'm glad you had fun.
Mhm.
And then you have another concert tomorrow. You're just doing back to
Yes.
back to back nonstop.
Alex G and Julie.
Woo-hoo. I know. You were so excited about this concert.
Yeah.
You've been talking about it for months.
Yeah.
And it's happening. And this is your first concert by yourself.
Yes, sir.
Big girl moves.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. And you're going with your band
Yeah.
/ friends?
Yeah, my friends.
Nice. That should be exciting. You have a weekend planned
Yeah.
ahead. Perfect. Before you start getting back into your schedule and back to school.
Yeah.
Are you excited for that?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
All right. So
Sophomore year.
I know. Time's flying. How are you a little sophomore?
I don't know.
That's crazy bananas, dude. The Cleansing Hour. Did you watch it?
No. I fell asleep or I just didn't watch it.
Did you watch it the first time that we watched it or not at all?
No, because I didn't sleep for a week, so I fell asleep while I was watching it.
Oh, you didn't sleep for a week? That
Yeah, I
sounds
had
terrible.
insomnia.
You watch bits and pieces, though.
Like, always the beginning. I've seen it like 3 times.
Did you like the beginning, Biana?
Yeah, it was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was good.
All right. Did you think it was an original take on exorcisms or not?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You have reviews?
Yeah. So someone said, the devil literally just wanted to be an influencer. 3.5
That's
stars
what
and
I'm
a heart.
saying.
Someone else said, live streaming exorcisms. New TikTok trend pending. 2.5 stars.
Dude, seriously. Can you imagine that being a trend? That'd be wild.
funny. I'm willing to watch pretty much anything for Kyle Gallner, but
Oh.
that doesn't mean I have to enjoy it. 2 stars.
Oh, man. Harsh critics.
The things you'll do to get verified. I mean, Gaga has her monsters. Why the hell not? Bone crackingly great. Possessed grin.
Nice.
4 stars and a heart.
They liked it.
Mm.
That is true.
Someone said, what if The Conjuring was streamed live on Twitch and the Warrens were tech bros and the movie sucks shit? I watched this movie because Letterboxd said, even though it sounded lame, it is actually clever. And I'm here to say that no, my first instincts were right and this blows. 2 stars.
What?
Yeah.
I think it was pretty original.
Someone said, this was so fucking dumb, but exactly the kind of dumb shit that I love. 3 stars and a heart.
Okay.
Someone said, well, this was a pretty fun possession movie. I don't know any hot priests like that in real life. The ending was the best part. 3.5 stars.
Actually, I think there is such a trend. Okay, so I've seen a couple videos when you're scrolling mindlessly through TikTok, And some of those priests that are on TikTok, they get thirsty ass comments from people. Like
weird.
in real life. I've seen a couple of them that you're scrolling through and it's like, oh my gosh, how are you so hot? Are you sure you're a priest? I'm like, oh my God, no fucking respect. So maybe they're onto something. Maybe they're onto Max's little
Let the man love
idea.
God.
Let the man love God. Stop sexualizing him. Jesus.
Someone said, the worst film I've seen in a long
What?
time. I'm shook to the core that this piece of
Oh my-
garbage holds a 3.1 average here on Letterboxd. You people should be ashamed
Are
of
you
yourselves.
serious?
Half a star.
This movie was great.
Someone else said, I fell asleep during the last 20 minutes, but my dad who was playing a card game on his phone in the same room described the ending to me in one sentence. So I think I got the picture. 2 stars.
They didn't say what the sentence was.
No.
We want to know. The listeners want to know.
Someone said, well, at least he got verified. I'm going to say this again. Kyle Gallner is an underrated horror king. 4 stars and a heart.
Yes. Richard's cheering him on.
Yeah.
Fucking love that guy.
I wasn't expecting to like this, so I am pleasantly surprised. 3 stars and a heart.
Nice.
A grotesque, mean-spirited, vile treat. So pleasingly morbid that my delight could not even be tempered by the obnoxious use of computer glasses in the last act.
Yes.
4 stars and a heart.
That's funny.
Tedious deuter horror made by frat boys for frat boys. Fuck out of here. 1 star.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see the frat boy in there.
I could kind of see it.
He was a little bit, but it was brief.
Yeah.
I think it was purpose.
Most of the time, exorcism-based movies are bad, but this one was decent enough to sit and, to sit and through and watch one once and end up getting something good out of it. 2 good enough leads who need to be in more stuff, as they are capable, as this told us. 2 stars.
Okay.
And then someone said, 1 star for millennial wavy-haired demonologist Kyle Gallner. 1
What?
star.
Oh, they're shitting on Kyle. Leave him alone, guys.
Or I wonder if they meant like they only give it 1 star for him, because there's kind of a heart next to it.
Oh, to him. So just because of him and that they don't like anything else about the movie.
Yeah.
Mm.
Someone said, damn good possession flick with an ending that with bump. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm like dyslexic. Damn good possession flick with an ending that bumps it up a notch in my book.
Mm.
4.5 stars and a heart. And then that's it.
Nice. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Anything else you want to share with the pod today?
Not really. I hope you're all having a good day. You know, whatever day it is, whenever you're listening.
Very nice. Thank you
Yeah.
for your wishful thoughts. Go on, my child.
Okay. Bye.
Back on the hot seat, Ricardo. Maybe. Technical.
All right. Thanks, Vienna, in the review corner. It sounds like she had some bangers. It's kind of mixed reviews, huh?
Mixed reviews.
What do you have the IMDb and all those ratings?
Yeah.
What do we got?
The IMDb's of the world give it a 6
I
out
still love our review corner, by the way. She doesn't watch the movies.
But she finds
And you fuckers love her for some reason. I don't know what. You're fired.
IMDb gives it a 6.
And hold on.
Oh.
Hold your thought. I want to emphasize I am super bummed out. The excuses are breaking up, man.
Yeah.
I want to give them a shout out. They're like the coolest band for a bunch of 15-year-olds. It just bums me out.
It bums you out.
me out.
Does it give you like memories of you having bands in high school?
Yeah.
Is this why you're feeling so nostalgic?
Hashtag Saturday's gone.
Saturday's gone. I'm still waiting for you to find a CD.
It might be lost. I don't have. I used to have a shit ton of the CDs. I don't know where they went.
Or it never existed, Richard. I think this is a figment of your imagination.
People have heard it. People have heard it. I swear to God.
It's like when you used to say you had a dog and I've never seen a picture of your
Benton.
dog.
What you know and love.
I don't know. For a second there, I was like, this guy's making shit up. He says he has a dog. I don't know this dog's name, and I've never seen a picture.
I'm weird with pictures, but no, the CD exists somewhere. We used to have a MySpace page. This is how long it goes.
There's like no CD.
We had pictures.
No pictures.
Dude, we
no
got
MySpace.
We had professional pictures done. We had a studio album.
You allowed someone to take pictures of you?
Yeah, unfortunately, the whole band needed to. I was a little bummed on that. But yeah, Saturday's gone.
R.I.P.
Yep, R.I.P. Hey, shout out Tyler Orlowski, Brandon Hopman for a little bit. His name is Lopez. He was cool. I forgot his first name. But yeah, it was a good band.
Nice.
Yeah, they're fun.
Well, when you do find a CD.
I'm hunting for it. I just can't find it, dude. And they shut down our MySpace page finally.
Damn.
But anyways, continue. What are the ratings on this movie?
IMDb gave it a 6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, 71%.
It's pretty good.
Shudder has 4.3 out of 5 skulls.
Hell yeah.
And Google users give it an average of 66%.
Not bad. And what did Letterboxd have?
I didn't find a letterbox. Jesus.
Consistency. I only ask for consistency.
You know what?
Angeles.
Sometimes like Google like ratings and then different metrics pop up.
I know.
So that's
you
what
gotta be careful with Google reviews, by the way.
Why?
I don't know.
Google? Oh, no, like Google users.
Oh.
It's when
I'm
you
just
go
saying,
and you click
again.
at thumbs up on the movie.
I'm just saying, we will not be sponsored by Canopy Mortgages. She's Angelus is just like embarrassed. She's red. I'm sorry. I won't let the bully pick on us, okay?
Leave this shit out the pod, man.
I just love it. God, I wish I could just. I'm gonna take the higher ground. Higher ground. We got this.
DM Richard. He needs to express his frustrations.
Gosh. Yeah, okay. So this movie was rated really well. It was received well, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Like, despite the reviews Vienna pulled out. Looked a little biased, but
You told her to get
she's
mixed
funny. I never know if
reviews.
she's gonna get good ones, bad ones, what she leans toward. But for the most part, what you found, it's pretty mixed, but good.
middle, yeah.
Middle, but good.
Middle, higher middle.
Yeah, which is cool. Oh, should we now, wrapping up the pod, should we announce the winner of our Friday the 13th giveaway?
Do it.
Do you want to remind the listeners what we're giving away if they're not familiar?
Are you gonna let me do it or are you gonna correct it?
We'll see.
It's an autographed picture of Kane Hodder playing Jason for the first time on Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Autographed by him. And then there is a VHS copy of the movie, Friday the 13th, New Blood.
Part 7, New Blood.
Part número 7. And then to wrap it up, a copy of the
Original Friday the 13th script.
original Friday the 13th script, autographed by the cast.
The whole cast.
The whole
And director.
cast.
And Tom Savini.
Okay.
Yeah, so the winner is, and we're just going to give the Instagram post of the winner, is at Man El Chico Loomis.
El Chico Loomis, yes.
At El Chico Loomis. So Adam, and follow him on his Instagram. Cool dude, you are a lucky winner. Thank you for participating, and thank you, honestly, everybody that participated. Don't be discouraged if you didn't win this one. We are going to have plenty more giveaways down the road. The next one I think we're going to have is if we can hit 5,000 downloads and maybe 2,000 to 3,000 followers would be sick. And the giveaways are going to get bigger and bigger and better.
Vienna forgot to ask a question.
What's the question?
Oh, what movie are we reviewing next week?
Oh, so you're jumping the gun a little bit. So I just want to thank the participants of our contest, our giveaway. It was truly amazing, and I love the support that we're getting. And the listenership, I hope you guys continue to listen and enjoy what we're doing. Again, if you do have feedback, let us know. We love what we're doing, but we can also get better. We want to know how to get better. So if you don't like what we're doing or if something's annoying, please let us know.
Submit an anonymous survey.
Yeah.
Commentary,
Yeah.
drop it on the box.
Yeah. It won't hurt my feelings. I promise. You can just totally tear me a new one. But yeah, no, thank you for the support. Now, next week, we kind of have a big deal. It's kind of cool. We got reached out on Instagram by someone that we follow and they follow back. One of the original people we started following. He goes by Gory Rory, but also goes by Liam Ray the Third. Correct?
Correct.
And then do you want to lead? Here.
So
Kind of a cool deal. I'm pretty excited about it.
very, very cool. So we got reached out and we were provided, which we're super honored. I'm really excited to have been provided the opportunity to watch a movie that was made this year. It just released. It's a very indie horror movie called Here and Now. So it's not streaming yet anywhere. Right now it's being showed film festivals around their area. So it was a group of people. They worked endlessly, so many hours, and they made this really cool horror movie. And we get to watch it first and talk about it, and it's super exciting.
Yeah, I mean, what was cool is he directly reached out to us. He liked what we do, which was I'm flattered. I really am, and it's kind of humbling. It's cool. The fact that they want us to talk about it, I'm excited about it. The trailer we watched looked pretty cool. So yeah, more to come on that. What's the name of the title?
Here and Now.
Here and Now. So yes, that'll be something to look forward to. Please, guys, let's listen to it. I think you'll enjoy it. We're going to have fun with it for sure.
And we'll have more information for you guys if you want to watch it yourselves.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas on the next giveaway you want to do when we hit 5,000 downloads? It's going to come quick.
I don't know.
We're going to give away a new Tesla.
Yeah, fucking right. How about you put a pin on it and then we'll talk about it later, Richard. He's trying to fucking go on Teslas.
No.
They're gonna get
Universal
possessed and
Studios.
Oh my gosh.
Oh fuck, we're not that quite big yet.
Scarywood.
We're
We'll get you a ticket to Scarywood.
Oh my god! And yeah, if you happen to be in the Spokane, Washington, or
Coeur
Idaho
d'Alene,
area,
Idaho, there is a local amusement park, and on the fall they shut down in October.
Spookywood,
Scarywood,
Scarywood,
and they have a bunch of haunted houses in the park.
Cool.
So yeah, if you want to come hang out with us,
yeah, we're gonna be there, guys. So if you want to hang out with us, we're gonna be there.
Richard will layer up this time and be
Spokane
warm.
Expo, Halloween Expo, is that what it's called?
Yes,
That's coming up. I'm pretty excited about that.
and
We had a chance to be on
Washington-
the panel, but we didn't. We kind of bitched out. I don't like talking in front of crowds, believe it or not. So I don't mind. One of these times I want to get a booth.
Can you believe this? Richard fucking loves talking about movies, and he doesn't want to go talk to people in
It's
real life.
easier when I'm talking just to you and then they listen later. But if I had to talk in front of people, there's no way, dude. I am not a good public speaker. As people that work with me that are listening, I'm just not very good at talking to groups, but I'm good at talking individually. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I get shy, okay?
They could just make an appointment, and then you can talk to them one-on-one, Richard.
I know.
Talk
That's
about
what I'm saying. I want to
drives
I want to get a booth. That way we can hand
But
out cool stickers.
they sold
and
out
stuff.
so quick this year.
I know. We need to get on it next year.
Well, there's a wait list, but I don't know.
Let's get on the wait list then.
Oh my lord!
Damn,
Washington
Gina?
Horror Con. We're trying to go there.
Oh,
for a
we're
day.
doing that. Hopefully that can happen too.
The-
My band also, so that might interfere. Upon the Fallen, we might be having a concert in October. October might be a busy month again.
For Richard.
I know. We're going to see Iron Maiden too. So it's going to be a crazy month. But yeah, be on the lookout. Upon the Fallen is my band. I'm the bass player in that. We just got a new singer. So look out for a couple new tracks coming out here. We're hoping by October. So that's coming around the corner.
You're gonna be on the road.
Yeah, well, you told me I can't go on the road.
I said you can't. Can I? I just asked if I can be a groupie.
You give me a groupie, but you told me I couldn't, and because you're not going to stay with baby Chancho.
I said
You're not going to be a single
I don't
mom.
want to be a single mom.
You're
Be a
acting like I'm
child.
going to leave and go get a pack of smokes and never come back.
I don't know. It's happened before. Okay, people.
Oh my
parents leave.
God.
I'm
Stupid.
kidding. No, actually, I have a better idea. You can teach baby Chancho how to be in a band, and you can just take him with you on tour. I'll stay home, have a fucking nice, relaxed, quiet weekend.
Me and Vienna can just watch movies, puzzle.
I'd rather take Vienna.
No. You can get a baby carrier.
No.
And a stroller.
That is
Your
not
bandmates are going to be like, what the hell are you doing,
That is
Richard?
not rock and roll. Man.
It can be. You
No.
can put fake tattoos on the baby. I'll allow it.
No, that's too much
Eyeliner.
work, man. Baby Chancho will stay home.
Oh, damn it.
Yep. But yeah, do you have anything else that you want to cover, talk about? What's on your mind, girl?
Nothing. Just thank you to our listeners. Anyone that, and I know you guys have so many options, so many pods. So thank you for
many
spending.
horror. You'd be surprised how many horror podcasts are out there. So thank you for choosing us and listening to us.
Taking
Seriously, it's amazing that you even one person listens to us ramble on. It's crazy.
You're starting to sound like Gaga.
What do you mean?
I'll show you later.
I'm just surprised. Honestly, I'm like, who listens to us? I mean, I know I do because I'm a narcissist, but and please leave comments.
We love comments. If you guys listen to the
check-
episodes, let us know if it
On
sucks.
Spotify. Also, guys, if you're listening, I leave Easter eggs. So YouTube, I leave comments on the videos we post. And then also on Spotify, I've left a couple comments. They're hilarious. Easter eggs. I'm hoping people find it and then kind of have fun with it and comment back. So if you do, please, it's hilarious.
If you have content and you get a weird comment from someone sounding like he has a big airhead, you know who to reach out to.
The horror junkies.
Dude, they're great
Hey,
guys.
I made their day, and they really are. I love those guys
Yes.
over there. They're hilarious, and fucking they did. I truly mean what I said. They are awesome, and make the horror junkies your next addiction. Seriously.
Yeah, they're great. They're super funny. Super nice guys.
All right. Well, should we wrap this humdinger up?
Yeah, I hate you. Real humdinger. Humdinger.
Humdinger.
Humdinger. What does it mean?
I don't know, man. Life's a real
You're
humdinger right
making me
now.
say stuff that I don't know what it
God
means.
damn it, Clyde. Whoa, Cletus. I'm sorry, I don't know where we're going. I said Cletus.
That sounds like...
God damn it, Charlene.
All right, Cheryl, wrap it back.
Okay. All right.
Hasta
Hasta la
lugosi.
gosi. Si. Ciao, ciao.
Thanks for listening to Horror Cinema Obsession. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If so, help spread the word by leaving a rating and review wherever you listen to podcasts. And join us next time for another episode of Horror Cinema Obsession.